Good morning. Good morning. Umineko chatters. Chatter, I have a question. And I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna want to be sitting down for this one. What is in the white sauce at the Euro places? Can somebody break that down for me? I don't get it. I've been eating this like bowl of like rice, Euro, like a little bit of lettuce, tomato, onion, whatever this white sauce is. I cannot place it flavor-wise, but it's got me, bro. What's up, Dogbone? What's up, chatters? What's up? We're playing Minecraft Story Mode today? Hell yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, wait, it would actually be so funny. White sauce. No, but like white sauce is a result, not a like ingredient. Or is that the ingredient? I mean, it's alright. Wow, Dogbone, thank you for the follow. Lickety splickety. Appreciate it, Dogbone. It's always mayo. Aioli. Damn! Dogbone with the subscription right away, too! Okay, Dogbone! Okay, Dogbone, I appreciate it. Thank you, Dogbone. That's very nice of you to do. Also, Mernera, XX Mernera, thank you for the follow. It's white sauce, no more question, my fault. Butter, flour, milk, nutmeg, white pepper, as per Google. I think the butter is what's really, like, taking it up a notch for me. Okay, chatter. Wait, I haven't done my camera yet. How do we look? Let me just fix my eye, fix my makeup, fix my hair. And let me actually fix my... Dang, Kyle with the follow, too. What's up, Kyle? What's up, everybody? Dude, white sauce is crazy. Okay, wait. Let's get the lighting right. We gotta get ready for some Umineko action. Let me hit him with the... There we go. A little bit of the point. There we go. Totally handsome. Yo, thank you, Twitch chat. Thank you. Wait, it says Skittle Boppin is not following. Wait, I see it. Oh, wait, that's old. That's from 3 days ago. Thank you, Doe. Thank you, Skittle, from 3 days ago. And then Gavatron, thank you for the follow. Bro, I just turned the stream on. Where's everybody coming from? How did we even make it here? I'm actually confused. Hello? What's up, random Umineko people? What's up? Char, okay. We need to remember what's going on last time. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm never ready. I love your shirt, Pink. Thank you. This is my, I wore it to a midsummer party. Like that one movie. A VOD Watcher. What's up, VOD Watchers? What's up? It's got like this beautiful like floral design on it. I feel like it's so good for summertime. The note line. Yeah, I like how it's like, this was kind of like episode 1, but has gotten a lot of other notes. And then we got episode 2, and then we got episode 3. We saved the photos for the stream for engagement. This, but unironically way. Actually genius, though. Board organizing stream or a long stream? I think, so, what I've heard is that this chunk, if I wanted to, like, finish the story, would probably take me, like, 9 hours. Was what chat said, and if chat says 9, it's actually gonna take 12, and so we're probably not gonna do a 12-hour stream. We're probably not gonna bang that out. But if we kind of reach the part that people were like, hey, this is probably a good stopping part, if we reach that kind of fast, then we might do some board organizing. I wouldn't mind that. Jesus Christ, we're so cooked. Okay, wait, is there a way? I feel like Eva Torice needs to be her own spread at this point, and I can just... Okay, wait. I feel like I can do this pretty quick. What layer are you on? Baby girl, what layer are you on? You're on this layer. Is there ever a world? You see the vision? Y'all see the vision or no? I feel like y'all see the vision. Okay. I feel like we do like this much. Right? So this layer can go like here. Right? And then this layer, we just slide on in. We slide on in. But then since her hat's cut off, maybe we give her the crown. I think we give her the crown. I think we give her the crown from the Leviathan. Oh, it's kind of cut off too, though. Decisions. I feel like we do anyways. Okay, and then we can go in, hit him with a quick little doobly 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 doo. Doobly 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 doo. Doobly 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 doo. Okay. No berry spring cleaning. And then we're gonna make the crown big enough. Yes! 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 Oh my goodness, I see the vision. I see it. And then the rose icon. Stay with me now. The rose icon, what layer is this on? Probably 10. And then I can push it up. Rose there. Okay. And then 10. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Skittle been watching the Higurashi VODs, decided to binge the Umineko VODs later. Have a good stream. Thank you, Skittle. Thank you. We want more flopped emoji for the Discord server. It's a good thing to want more of. Are you organizing the board after end of questions arc? I think I don't know, bro. We'll organize it when we organize it. Maybe during this stream. We'll see. The god of paint.net. Yeah, I'm a bit of a paint.net problem. Okay. So, Eva Tariche has hit the oh my goodness, not the freaking the Chiester troops, bro. Not the British bunny girls, bro. I kind of forgot about this. Yeah, no, this was a lot, and then they whipped out the sniper, bro. No, you know what was a lot? Oh, I don't even have a picture of it. Bro, fucking Kyrie, bro. You're a problem. What? Did not mean to zoom there. Apologies. Not trying to be none like that. That's on me. You're a bit of a problem, Kyrie, okay? I didn't know you were such an envious Andy. I thought you were kind of chill with it. But no, you were like mad at Rudolph for getting like basically baby trapped, but you don't even care that he a player cheater boy? Right? Like, what's going on there? You're not holding him accountable. Kyrie! What's the situation? Can we break this down a little bit? Yeah, no, Kyrie was going crazy last episode. Binge the Higu and Umi VODs after finishing Umi chapter myself. Had to find some CC to watch because all my friends are too sane to read all that peak. No, that's the problem, bro. That's why I'm here. I get to be the insane person. Exactly. That's the wonders of the internet, is you can always find an insane person, right? Yeah, no, this was insane. Because he's never failed to come and save me when I'm in trouble. Not even when Asumu-san was around, you see. I was the one who had been going out with Rudolph-san from the very beginning. Asumu-san shamelessly cut in between us and calculatingly got herself pregnant. Yo, what, did she, like, fish a condom out of the trash and, like, pump herself full of it? Like, you don't calculatingly get yourself pregnant. It's called she and Rudolph started banging and you don't care. RUW cut queen. No, I think you crazy. Respectfully. This was crazy, too. This is sad. Oh, I forgot how sad this is. I can't even be trolling. This was so sad. Where she lost her child, like, in the womb. And then Battler got born on, like, that day. And so Battler is, like, the child she never could have had. Which, like, dang, Battler, what happened to your hair? Battler is, like, the child that, like, she never had, right? Which is so tragic. I mean, that gives these two, like... I could see some crazy conversation between these two now. Because with that extra context. But it's like, it's crazy because, like, I don't know. Kyrie with the Bricky is actually scary. And for her to out-envy, like, the demon stake of purgatory of envy is nuts. Like, that just shows that she's a bit of a problem. I forgot about this too, bro. Rudolph immediately trying to sedate Maria. Oh my god. And then we did have a sedative to use on kids. Yeah. But also, it's like, Rudolph, okay. It's so crazy that these two are, like, kind of low-key ultimate power couple. Like, these two, unironic, are as strong as, fucking Canon's ass without even knowing that magic is real. Like, imagine fighting a magic demon from hell and you just learned that magic demons from hell exist, like, T-minus 20 seconds ago, and you outpace somebody whose entire life purpose is to conjure energy blades. That's crazy, you know? These two are power coupled out of their fucking gourd, right? Compared to Natsui and Rosa's harass, who was carrying around the gun in episode 1 and 2 respectively. 0 bodies obtained, except for Natsui blowing her own brain out, right? Rudolph and Kyrie actually both successfully 1v1'd, which is absolutely insane. But How can you have a baby girl that is that strong, Rudolph? How can you have a baby girl that strong and then not, like, have her involved at every single situation in your entire life? That's what I don't understand. Because what, you think you're better than her, bro? Look at her. Look at her, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, when you got Asumu-san pregnant, you were just doing that for fun, but Kirie is plotting in the corner, like, flipping a chessboard around over and over, like, spamming that shit, bro. And you think you should hide your monetary problems from her, bro? Like, she will immediately do the craziest, what's it called? Like, rug pull on the Bitcoin market? Yeah, Kirie is a Bitcoin rug pulling queen. And we're still chasing this gold, bro? Like, can we get her to flip the chessboard on the entire, like, financial stock market? Because that's gonna work. I mean, look, she's got a fucking chessboard motif in her clothing icon. Does it get more clear than that? That's what these holes are. They're the chessboard. Did nobody else put that together until just now? Like, make it make sense, Rudolph. Make it make sense. What is a king without your queen, especially in a game of chess? It's their strongest piece. And I think that's a bit of a dangerous, like, methodology to have towards a relationship. But hell, if you're gonna power couple, like, do it right. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But yeah, so that's basically the TLDR of that situation, which is insane and really deeply sad for Kirie. I wonder if we're ever going to find some healing here. Like, maybe I'll even make a note. Maybe I'll make a note. Can... Yo, can I have my phone get out of the way? I got too much shit. Can Kirie ever find healing through Battler? Healing in her own loss through Battler. That's like, that'd be really cool to see at some point. So let me mark that as like a thing. Also gets called Sento-kun. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. That's some like episode 1 behavior when we didn't even know what was important. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, let me keep track of everybody's nicknames, as if Battler's fat ass wasn't going to be more important in like 30 seconds of gameplay. Make it make sense. Okay. Anyways, what else is going on? Love that. Love that. Let me just do a little scroll again. So, a lot of locked rooms, lots of nonsense. We're freaking cooked like always. Battler and Beatrice have had a bit of a breakup episode, which is really sad because I love them and I want them to love each other. And so they had a bit of a breakup episode after Ibuteriche pulled up and Beatrice was like low-key enjoying the show and Battler was like low-key not cool with that. And so now she's crying about it because she's actually kind of a sensitive girl, which is okay, W Beatrice. But you're also like an incredible problem that enjoys human cruelty and suffering. So I'm on Team Battler every day of the week. Like, we're not okay with ocean gating Rosa like 30 times in a row. But yeah, that is insane that that's where we've gone. I could kind of see a world where we have to do some sort of like enemy of my enemy is my friend against Ibuterice. Because as bad as Beatrice is, Ibuterice kind of is worse. Though actually isn't really worse. The big difference is that Ibuterice is doing it like mid-game, where Beatrice only does it as like a post-game thing. But yeah, this is a good mirror for Beatrice to be like, hey, maybe I should stop being so evil and cruel and terrible. And so, I'm liking that plot-wise, but what's actually going to manifest from this? Like, well, I'm saying maybe we're going to have some sort of, like, team-up enemy on my enemy is my friend, but, like, how does that even work? I guess, I mean, maybe in the witch party realm, you know, because, you know what I mean? Nel, thank you for the follow. Sento-kun was regular Japanese people trying to read his goofy Kinzo-style name, I believe. Got you. Okay. Understood. But yeah, so, that's cool. TDLR, Rudolph and Kirie power couple 2 stakes and then infinite Ibuterice upscale. Renove was shocked. Beatrice's gotten completely mogged by Ibuterice. All hail Ibuterice. All hail Ibuterice. And, well, okay, how fast would it take me to open up, like, a picture of the chum bucket? Chum bucket. Because, oh, I already did this bit with Renove, though. With the construction. Wait, all the bits are coming together. Because, like, we've already done the fucking chum bucket. All hail Beatrice. All hail Beatrice. But the real all hail was Ibuterice all along. Is Ibuterice Mr. Krabs? And Beatrice is like the off-brand Plankton? Did she just get Mr. Motherfucking Krabs? That's kind of what I'm thinking, bro. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, let me put up the chum bucket real quick. I'm gonna just get a picture of the chum bucket and put it in the background, and then we're gonna start actually enjoying this episode, this continuation of Umineko. When they cry. All right, give me a second. Gotta get the chum bucket up in this bitch. What layer are we on? Oh, let me merge some layers. We gotta clean up, chat. We gotta be like boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then chum bucket obtained. Okay. So, to do this, I think we go boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Right. We're gonna have to redo the scepter a little bit. I think we can just go ahead and do like one of these. Right, and then some of these like sparse particles we can grab. Don't want any sparse particles just flowing around. And then... Right, okay. Grab a little bit of this. And then we're going to hit him with a 180 flip technique. We're going to paste it up. We're going to grab the chum bucket. And then we're going to just slide it on in. Okay, okay, wait. Be a bit more isolated. Okay. Right? Y'all seen the vision? And then you're like, oh, but the coloration's off. Come on, bro. I can work with the piss filter any day of the week. Okay, wait, no, I did make a grave mistake, though. A grave mistake has been obtained. I need to be doing this a layer up. And then I can do it, because then I can merge it better. Okay, grave mistake has been ended. No more grave mistake. Only success is my best friend now. Okay, and now we can do a little bit of one of these, right? And then we hit him with the craziest, like, piss filter of all time. Yeah, I mean, right? Like, a little darker, maybe? A little brighter? What do we think? I think, like, right there. And then hit him with the highlight shadow diff. Give it a little bit of clarity. Yeah. There you go. Okay, now let's get going. Now let's get going. All hail Ep3. All hail Ep3. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Nino? Love reading Higurashi extra console chapters. I have heard they exist, but like I don't know much about it. I am a paint.net genius, bro. Just wait till I get into fucking Photoshop, okay? If I get into Photoshop, if I learn how to pirate Photoshop, everything changes, okay? I'm like Rock Lee with the weights on right now. Oh yeah, Rudolph has been slimed out. So, oh, Hideyoshi got slimed out. Oh, wait, fixed volume. Oh no. Remember that he was like, this isn't you, baby girl. Like, you might be the, like, this isn't you, Takano. What's her name? Eva. He would try to be like, this isn't you, Eva Tariche. And then Eva Tariche was like, but you don't know me. And then went, boop. And then he popped like a balloon or something. I forgot exactly how he died, but he's donezo. And then Eva Tariche was like, well, guess I didn't keep my promise, lol. Something like that. And it actually felt like he was getting through a little bit, too. That's what made that so tragic. It was like, low-key, actually, like, I thought there was a world he could get through, but it didn't even work. Focus on side characters. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. Yeah, maybe one day we'll go around. Did we do the timeouts yet? Bro, you're bloodthirsty. I like how you think. Slash timeout. Wait, what is the command? Timeout random? Slash random timeout. Slash. Wait. I want blood. I want blood. Slash random timeout. Go. Slash timeout random. How do I kill people? Oh, it's an exclamation. Random timeout. Boom! Cozy Kakera, I'm sorry. The Devil's Roulette has chosen you. I'll see you at work, bro. Alright. So you are Hideyoshi. We did do them last stream, but Pink's on his Eva Teriche arc. Wait, you're right. I can just keep killing people. You make a great point. Exclamation. What was it? Random timeout. Wait. Renovation? Mr. Renovation? How do I kill people again, Mr. Renovation? How do I cast my spells? Is this the right spell, Mr. Renovation? Okay, I'm done. No more. Self-control. How many people got murdered just now? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I can bring them back. I can always unban them. It's fine. Cries. Holy crap. Just like the seagulls are crying. Okay. Let's rock it. Oh, so also, chat, wait, let me show off one more thing. Chat. You don't have enough chatters for this? I can always bring them back and then time them out again, bro. What do you think? I do have a... Oh my goodness, wait. I'm like running it over right now. I do got a new microphone I want to test. It's a Shure microphone that I want to experiment with, but I was too lazy to set it up before stream because I've been too busy. But isn't that exciting? It's a Shure. Eh? So maybe next time I'll have that set up. Hopefully I'll set that up today after stream. But I didn't want to delay stream for the Shure. But I wanted to flex the Shure. Because isn't that cool? It's a Shure. Dr. Pepper mini fridge. Yes. Chad, do you see it? Ding, 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 ding. Waiter, more Dr. Pepper, please. Chat, I had to cut out caffeine completely from my life because it made my tummy hurt too much. So I can't drink Dr. Pepper anymore. Isn't that actually the saddest thing you've ever heard? Maybe ever. Pink epitaph. How long do you plan to stream for? Well, I've heard that there's only one more good breaking point between now and the end of the chapter, or of the episode, and so that's probably gonna be in like between 3 to 4 hours. We'll see though. But we'll just see. I'm probably not gonna finish the episode tonight because that's not. I was told that that's like 10 hours or 9 hours or something, and like as much as I'd love to, bro, my stamina is like tired. But like that's okay. We're here. We're gonna lock in. We're just gonna see what happens, bro. Okay, ASMR streams win. As soon as I get the Shure set up. Okay, rockin'. Everybody's been slimed out. 3 people are dead. Eva Teriche is probably like... No. She got tired of bringing them back from the dead and murdering them after Hideyoshi, like, resonated with her heart a little bit. So she's done murdering people. She just wants to finish the resurrection and get out of here. Yeah, and I'm really, really, really hoping that Beatrice makes a little bit of a technique come in and does, like, a quick, like... I don't know. Eva is a problem. I don't like her having the endless switch power. We gotta do something about that. We'll see what happens. 30 minutes already passed since Rudolph's group had left the guest house. Thank you, Big Varre65 for the follow. Thank you. It's 9 hours adjusted to your yappage. Every time chat adjusts to my yappage, it's still always like people like believe in me more than it's like they should. You know? 9 hours adjusted to my yappage means actually 12 hours. It is what it is. Alright. Let's lock in. By any measure, the return was too late, and Kraus and Natsubi, who were waiting by the entrance, were by now about as restless as they could stand. The chain was set on the door. That was a precaution in the event that Rudolph's group was attacked, and the master key was stolen from them. For that reason, they need to wait by the entrance like this for the others to return. I love Natsui so much. I don't want her to get tortured by Eva Teriche. Look at her poor, sweet, anxious face, bro. She's already torturing herself enough in her own brain, dude. Kraus glanced between the clock and the door, struggling to feign composure. It was incredibly restless. Well, and what was the bait? Remember, Eva Teriche mentioned having a bait? Exactly. Because it's like, was the food really the bait? I just don't think so. I feel like there was another part. Exactly.
それを言っても始まらん。とにかく、これでゲストハウスに大人は3人。私と夏希、 そして高熱で寝込んでいるエヴァだけだ。
At that time, there was a forceful sound from the hallway of a door being opened and Eva's shrieking voice. Oh, because she's been, like, spiritually connected to it, right? That voice kept calling Hideyoshi's name. It seemed as though the high fever had given her a bad dream or something, and now she was calling her husband's name. I'm sorry, baby girl. Hideyoshi got slimed out. Oh, wait, are Natsui and Eva about to... Wait, Eva and Natsui reconnection? Eva and Natsui are actually going to be friends, dude? Think about it.
うちの人がいないの。ずっと一緒にいるって約束してくれたのに。ずっと手を握ってくれてるって約束したのに。
Cross was taken aback by this attitude of hers, which she had never shown in front of him before, but Natsui understood her feelings. Yes, Natsui!
落ち着いて。秀吉さんはルドルフさんたちと一緒に今表へ出ています。
That's not gonna make us feel better.
表へ？どうしてよ。私とずっと一緒にいてくれるって約束したのに。どうして表になんか行ってるの？表へ出てはダメ。表には魔女がいるわ。行ってはダメ。殺されてしまう。
Poor Eva. Oh my god.
エヴァ、落ち着きなさい。秀吉さんは
How many
ルドルフた
Glickies
ち
have
と
we
一
got
緒に
left?
屋敷へ戻っているのだ。
How many Glickies have we got? Because
どうして
Hideyoshi...
屋敷に行かなくちゃいけ
They
ないのよ。
had 3 Glickies out there, right? Or did they only have 2? No, they had 2 Glickies in the car. So there's gotta be 3 Glickies here. Where the Glickies at? Where the Glickies at? This dumbass Glicky. Okay, lock in.
どうして屋敷なんかに戻ったのよ。
明日までの食料を取りに行くことになったのだ。秀吉さんはお前の体調が悪いことを気にしてて、そのためにもと言って。
いつ戻ってくるの？
Oh,
いつ戻ってくるのよ。
they're not coming
表はダメよ。
back.
バラ庭園はダメ。屋敷はダメ。魔女がいる。黄金の魔女が歩き回ってる。見つかったら殺されてしまう。
How can we like...
絶対に
Okay.
殺されてしまう。
Big player thought real
あ
quick.
ー、うちの人はいつ戻ってくるの。
Big player thought. If I think too much about how she's like lamenting about her husband being gone when I saw him get slimed out, I'm gonna feel bad. So let me think big picture. Big picture. Anybody that finds the gold probably summons an evil version of themselves to start making fucking problems. Okay? That's maybe just where we're at in life. Because that just happened with Eva Torice. What if Rosa did it? Would Rosa Torice been pulling up and cause an entire problem? Perhaps. Okay? So how can we beat Beatrice, assuming that the power even goes back to Beatrice, if finding the gold ruins our entire life? Make that make sense. I don't see a win condition. I think we lose the game for free no matter what we do. Let's continue. Battler, please start doing something.
30分前にここを出ました。私たちは帰りを待っています。
Okay.
30分？
Rockin'.
そんなのおかしいじゃない。屋敷に行って食料を取って帰ってくるのにどうしてそんなに時間がかかるのよ。それであんたたちはなんでここ
What are we
で
gonna
ぼ
go
ん
out
や
and
りし
get
てる
him?
の
We're gonna
よ。
get slimed out too.
迎えに行かなきゃ。
No! No, Eva Torice. Or just Eva. We can't. Eva had probably had quite a nightmare. And after waking up and discovering that it still wasn't over, she could no longer hide her confusion. Natsui tried calming her down, but it only made Eva's emotions explode all the more. Maybe they heard that disturbance. The lobby door opened slightly, and Battler and the kids, who should have been upstairs, poked their faces out. Battler and the kids, like Scooby-Doo ass. Yo, y'all pissing me off. Just even fucking... Okay, I want to make a statement here. Explain how Battler and the kids is like how this group is labeled, right? And Nanjo's part of it. Nanjo is such an empty person, NPC ass, that he is part of Battler and the kids. Like, Nanjo's one of the kids, and Battler is the main character, bro. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Make it make sense. Kraus, Natsui, Eva, and Battler, George, Jessica, Nanjo. Everyone in the guest house was gathered by the entrance and understood the current situation. Fucking Nanjo. Yeah, we should give Nanjo a little lollipop. Wait, does his sprite look like it'd be lollipoppable? Oh my Nanjo, oh my Nanjo. Man, he got his hands tucked behind. I'd have to give him like a... Okay, wait, I can draw this in like T-minus 20 seconds. Like, easy clap. We can easily give... I'm gonna just draw a quick little, like... It's really as simple as... Oh, I am not an artiste, though. Okay, no. Hard. Okay. And then make it, like, yummy. Like, it's like... It's like strawberry, but it's also, like, blueberry. And it's like the pinwheel. The fuck, he looks like a fucking time wizard. Ew! That's not what a lollipop looks like at all. Wait, I got it. You have to do red, but you have to lower this. There's this little lollipop. Oh, because he's a doctor! Oh. Cutie patootie. 80-year-old miner. That reminds me of those, like, me sleeping soundly at the age of 47 when group leader, who's a 17-year-old boy, told me I did a good job trolling at Walmart today. That's Nanjo with Battler and the kids. Battler's group leader and Nanjo's the grown man. Who like bank rolls them when they troll at Walmart.
荷物が大きくなって手間取ってる可能性だってあるぜ。人手は歓迎のはずさ。
ローザさんが襲われてすぐですぞ。二次遭難の可能性もあります。ここは一つ慎重に。
バカを言わないで。慎重に何よ。
バカだな。
求めてるかもしれないし、
バカだな。
殺しにしろというの。私が様子を見に行くわ。臆病者はここで待っていなさい。
Looking agitated, Eva raised her gun. Okay, she's got one of the blicks. Judging by her expression, it'd be useless for anyone to try to stop her. George realized that first, raised his head. Gotta go with the mom. What the fuck do you mean you will too, right, Battler-kun? Alright, let's just all run into the house of hell and get turned into silly string. Great.
私も行くよ。私だけ安全なところに隠れてなんかいられないぜ。
Kids been getting no screen time this entire episode, so now they gotta like run straight into the maws of Eva Tadriche and just get their lives ruined.
ジェシカは出てはなりません。ここに私といるのです。
Oh, is she gonna listen though? Is she gonna listen? She was essentially implying that those three had already been killed anyway, so it was pointless to go outside. Which is true. Natsui also realized that she had made a deep gouge in Eva's heart, but she said those words strongly as Jessica's mother. Gotta make your big player plays, I see it.
そうね。それがいいでしょうね。兄さんたち一家はゲストハウスで留守番してて。これはうちの家族と。
Oh, Battler, Rudolph and Kirie did go there. And I wonder if Dr. Nanja would come too. Yeah, he'll cure the wounds, bro. I swear, Nanjo? Okay. Nanjo has gotta be like some sort of fey creature where there's like 17 gnomes inside of Nanjo, right? Like the 3 kids in a trench coat, but it's 17 gnomes inside of Nanjo. Oh.
バトラ、エヴァ、ジョージ、南條の4人は屋敷のホールにてルドルフ、キリエ、秀吉の3人の遺体を発見。
第4から第6の番ってことか。なら死体には額、胸、腹にそれぞれ
Yeah, they must have at the
例の悪魔の
end.
杭が。
Nanjo is the king gnome. Yo, W gnome Joe.
ルドルフの額に1本。秀吉の胸に1本。
See how locked in Battler is? He's hearing about Kirie's stomach getting a stake buried into it, and he's still like this fucking locked
3人
in.
には争ったか、あるいは逃げ回るかしたと思われる着衣の乱れがあります。3人の遺
Man,
体
he
は
doesn't
寄
even
り
get
添
to
って
know
は
how
お
much
ら
of a
ず、
thug Kirie
犯人
is.
と遭遇後、ある程度の抵抗を試みたと推定されます。
杭で額と胸と腹をとか相変わらず無芸。
Even though Ronove knew it would be superfluous, he thought that maybe he should tell Battler. Tell him! In actuality, the witch had killed them in a much more horrible way. Bieto had advised the witch to restrain herself, which was why the corpses had been left so undamaged. The new and brutal witch, thinking that all she needed to do was to get the gouged with the stake part right, might have just stuck a stake into a lump of meat that wasn't even shaped like a human. Oh, that would have been so rude. Rosa and Maria's corpses would probably have been especially striking. If they had been killed as the Golden Witch had wished, just how gruesome would the exposed corpses have been? Byato had changed into a kind of killing that Battler would have called still better. Wanted to have Byato's small bit of thoughtfulness appreciated, he thought of telling Battler about that. But for Battler, that might do more harm than good. Oh my god, to humans, the gap between being alive and being dead is very large. To ask for Byato's feelings to be accommodated on the grounds that she had changed it to a better way of dying might have made it possible for a demon to pardon her, but there was no way it would work the same way for a human. Dude, this is such an awkward situation. What a unique... It's so unique. This is such a unique story that Mr. Renovation himself is being like, do I even tell Battler that it could have been worse and that Byato was trying in her own way to make it a little more pleasant? Or is that just gonna piss him off because it's still so fucked? You know? Oh man, I love the Byato like wanting Battler validation arc. This has been so good. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the Chiester sisters, bro. The British sisters, bro. This pink bunny girl is a freaking problem, bro. These thighs, bro. Respectfully. Anyways. Oh my god, it just cuts to like Maria, whose head has been like ripped off. Okay. Hiroshi died in the mansion hall with his chest having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. Careless. Who knew she was still alive? Who knew she was still alive? Okay. Rudolph died in the mansion hall with his forehead having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. From now on, they have to be finished off with stakes, apparently. Vulgar. Died in the mansion hall with her stomach having been pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. The stomach isn't a very lethal spot. Wouldn't it have been okay to kill her by a safer method and just stick a stake in the corpse? Yeah, is this just from the perspective of like, bro, imagine if after killing people with your endless witch power, that Eva-Torice has to like fill out paperwork, and that's what this is. What's up, Uma? What's up? Like, that would be so mucked up. No wonder. I wouldn't want to be a witch either, bro. Having to like, immediately start typing all this shit out? Like, I want to go back to playing. Understanding this, Renove remained silent, even though he knew of Byoto's modest effort.
いつも通り、死体の死亡確認からさせてもらうぜ。ロノウェ、赤で宣言を頼む。
Repetition required, but we don't even get to do the fun repetition required because we ain't having fun anymore because we broke up with Byato. Man, look how depressed Renove looks. Renove, you want to sip of the water? There you go.
おい、聞こえないのか？赤で宣言を頼む。
Ew, why'd I do that?
副将要求だ。ルドルフ、キリエ、秀吉の3名は死亡している。
申し訳ございません。副将を拒否させていただきます。
なんだと？いきなりどういうつもりだ？
By now, proclaiming the death of the victims in red was almost a given in this battle. Refusing to do that was almost like losing by default. So when Renove declined as his first move, Battler was dumbfounded.
申し訳ございません。私めのお嬢様の代行者である資格をこれをもって返上させていただきます。よって。
Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so it's not because of this specific situation, but because he's having like a bigger feeling. Well, he did just see Eva-Torice completely maul her. So maybe he's like, maybe he's thinking of like, ooh, it's like, if you want a pay raise, ask your boss, and then if they say no, get a new job, right? Always be bouncing around different companies. Maybe Mr. Renovation is planning a renovation with his job occupation. And he's like, well, Eva-Torice is my new boss. Maybe I like invest in her. Because she's clearly way more powerful.
正しい言い分です。ロノウェはベアト側の代行者でしか
Maybe
あ
that's
り
like
ま
part of
せ
what's
ん。
going on.
ロノウェが代行の役を負り、かつバトラ君がベアトを相手として認めないならば、新しい代行者を立てる必要があ
Oh,
り
who
ま
about to
す。
be new agent, though?
新しき代行者はおり
Yo,
ま
bring
せ
out
ん。
one of the stakes of purgatory,
どう
though.
かバトラさん、
Come on, bring out the
お嬢様を
batteries.
再び対局の相手とお認めください。
悪いが、そいつは聞けねえ相談だぜ。あの不愉快な残酷野郎。
Damn! Damn!
俺は絶対に対局者だなどと認めない。それを認めないために、俺はこのゲームを降りないんだ。
不愉快な点につきましては、お嬢様に代わりまして謝罪します。また、お嬢様には 二度と不愉快な言動を取らぬよう
Dang.
制約
He's
さ
trying,
せ
dude.
ます
He's doing damage control for their relationship. He's HR. Mr. Innovation is head HR.
あの子の師匠として私も謝罪しま
Everyone's
す。
apologizing because Bieto
よ
is
く
such a
言って聞かせ
problem.
ますので、どうか一度だけ
Please,
許
we'll
して
fix
や
her,
って
bro.
はくれませ
Y'all
ん
are such a good pair. We'll fix her.
おいおい、よしてくれよ。まるで俺が悪者みてえだぜ。
That's crazy.
それに、
Let me get some of this
あ
white
んたら
sauce real
にい
quick.
くら
Chat.
謝罪の言葉を聞かされても、俺の耳には届かない。
We
そい
need
つ
her
を
to apologize.
ベア
Yep.
トが自分の口で言えるってんなら、まあ、耳を貸さねえこともないぜ。
わかりました。それがあの子を再び認めてもらう唯一の条件ならば、あの子に謝罪をさせましょう。ロの上、あの子を呼びなさい。
Yeah.
よろしいですね、バトラ君。
好きにしろよ。だが、
Shit.
俺が許すと
She's
期
about to come
待するな。
crawling back. It's a Euro bowl. So it's got Euro in it, it's got rice, it's got white sauce, it's got lettuce, it's got onions, it's got corn. Cost like $15. That shit was so expensive, but I was hungry after the dentist. I went to the dentist today. Shout out Monogatari. Shout out the toothbrush. Bro, I should put that poster back up. True. Okay. Sip of the water, Beatrice pulling up. We need to lock in. Oh, this is so fair from Battler. Beatrice is a freaking problem. Right? I don't think Battler's done anything wrong here. You know, he's completely the victim in this entire, like, game in the first place.
呼べよ。あのムカつく魔女。
It's like, I'm honestly a little surprised we've been so chill with her up to this point.
あ
Because
り
she's
が
such
と
a
うござ
problem.
います。
And he hasn't even seen everything we've seen.
ただ
That's
い
part
ま
of it.
お呼びいたします。
Because she was having a really good time earlier. Ew, I just spat onto my keyboard. That was so gross. She only killed his family a couple times? Listen.
お嬢様、バトラ様がお呼びでございます。
Okay. Milady, Battler Sama is calling for you. Beatrice? Beatrice, pick up the line. Look how fast she shows up. Look how fast she shows up. And she's avoiding eye contact too. She's shy. Oh, shy Beatrice. After a few heartbeats. I just got so stun locked. Wait, chat, you want to get a insight into my mind real quick? Beatrice pulled up, and I just, like, my mind flashed into an alternate reality where I've already, like, played all of Umineko, and I'm replaying Umineko with, like, my partner. My beautiful girl partner, you know? And, like, I'm like, what do you think of Beatrice? I just entire, like, my mind just went chink, and then I saw the entire fanfic just get written and play out. You know? Isn't that crazy, Chad? I just had an entire mini fantasy about being there with my beautiful girl playing Umineko. Right? And she's like, we're like all cuddled up together as we're like watching it on the TV. And you know what I mean? And I like give her a little kiss. It's like, oh, like, what do you think of Beato and Beatrice's, Beato and Battler's relationship? And she'll be like, oh, I don't know. Beatrice's trying her best. And I'm like, you right, my baby girl. Let's see what goes happening, bro. Let's see what happens in the plot. Man, that'd be so awesome. Brother, you are cooked. Wait, what? Wait, what? The previous big streamer that played Umineko last year got a girlfriend through reading Umi together on stream. Just fucking execute me. Just make it sound like that. Because now when that doesn't happen to me, I'm gonna look like the chud. Don't you understand? Like, if we're all single and lonely, then it kind of equals out. But if I'm the only one, you know what I mean? Alright, lock in. I'm like, anyways, lock in. After a few heartbeats, gold butterflies gathered together in midair and created Bioto's form. I love how quick she pulls up. That would be cute. It'd be so cute, bro. And like, imagine like holding her hand, and whenever the scenes get a little bit scary or intense, she squeezes your hand a little bit, and you go, and she goes like, woo! And you're like, it's okay, baby girl. Bioto can't hurt you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need it. Don't you understand? You already are a chud. Stream Umineko rereads Forever LARPing as a first playthrough. My beautiful girl Nanjo. Nanjo's big belly would be fun to lay on. Totoro style. Alright, lock in. It was much more docile than the way she had appeared before now.
呼んだか どの上
She put on a little voice. She put on a little cutesy patootsy voice too. Yo, Beatrice, you don't gotta be all so cute. You know, come on, baby girl. What, you trying to look cute for somebody in the room?
話は聞いていたはずですよ
She could even cosplay as Nanjo for you. Chad, do you think she would make me cosplay as Kraus? And that's the only way I'd be able to be in a relationship with her, is if I have to, like, be Kraus in bed. And I have to talk about gold in bed. And be like, I am so excited to go to Disneyland. And this island, we are on Rokenjima right now, and this island will be a great resort in the future. Chat, your partner's a 10 out of 10, but they force you to cosplay as Kraus in bed and be Kraus all the time. And you're not, you are locked into it. And if you ever break character, they drop you immediately. Thoughts? Nanjo X Kraus. Kinzo. Get the cosplay ready. I feel like that drops you to like a 6 out of 10. Okay, if it's like only sexual, 8 out of 10. If it's everything, 6 out of 10. You know what I mean? Lock in.
あなたの口から
If it's everything, 1 out of 10. Wait, no,
何か言うことはありますか？
fuck that. I'm not being Kraus forever. You're already a step there, not the partner thing, the Kraus thing. You mean battler. I'm battler. We all have decided I'm battler. What if your girlfriend becomes abusive to you and they use your love for Beatrice to gaslight you into thinking you're actually okay with her abuse? I mean, like... Oh no! My lobster too buttery! My steak too juicy! My beautiful girlfriend is leading me around by an iron collar and my entire booty's out. Oh no! Yeah! That's not even abuse. That's literally just hot. Am I right or am I right? Make 'em make sense, make 'em make sense. Okay, lock in. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. It looked as though Byoto shrunk slightly under Battler's cold gaze. Bro, she's not even looking at him, but he's looking dead at her, bro. Several times Byoto made an effort to get the words out of her mouth, but that didn't work so well. And she was just as awkward as someone trying to light a match during a freezing winter with frozen hands. Even as she did that, the game board was proceeding. In the hall, they had just found the bodies of the new victims and had broken down crying. Who gives a fuck? Oh no, they're crying! No, go back to Beatrice and Battler's love story! Oh my, don't give me the trauma of everybody sad their loved ones died. Who cares? Give me the love story! Oh my goodness, please. No, it's okay. I'm not trying to make fun of him. Battler's going through it right now. Battler's going through it right now. Would you become Kraus for your girl if she was Natsui? No. No, I wouldn't. I would refuse to ever be Kraus, even for Natsui. I'll say it. Now, would I be Battler for Byato? Sign me up. Okay, damn. Lock in. This shit's bad. Oh.
母さん、しっかりして。僕だって悔しい、悲しい。
No! No! That is as far from the truth as literally possible, Nanjo. That is... Okay. Okay. They probably died instantly. Nanjo, no, they did not, bro. They were tortured so fucking much, bro. Okay.
いいえ、違うわ。
What'd he say? I'm sure it would have been too
きっ
late.
と生きてたわよ。胸にこんなものを刺されて、うちの人はもがき苦しみながら
You
死
got
ん
it
で
the
いった
best,
に違い
funnily
ないわ
enough.
よ。
No, Nanjo, you're such a great doctor.
もっと早く来ていればきっと助かった。
It is so fun. Dude, what is the point of Nanjo? What does he even do? Look at him. He's like kind of pliable looking. Even Goat-da has more like relevance than Nanjo, bro. Nanjo has gotta be a Kumasawa situation where Nanjo is like some sort of like special agent in disguise. It's just gotta be.
きっと助かったのよ。
Eva got a lot of guilt right now. Bro, if we're not careful, we're gonna be next. We gotta make moves.
バトラ君も辛いだろうけど、しっかり。
Eva or Natsui?
大丈夫だよ。大丈夫だぜ。
If they're single, Natsui. If they're not, Eva.
もうちょっとだけ泣かせてくれ。 俺が一番マシなんだ。俺が一番悲しくないはずなんだ。だから、もうちょっとだけ
It's
泣いた
okay, Battler.
大丈夫だから。
Dude, yeah, Eva's more vulnerable side is so cool. Especially
両親を
because
失った心の痛みは
we've made it clear how much, like,
僕には母さんがまだいる。
that side of her is something that is more typical of her around Hideyoshi, but when she's on this island, it's different, right? Like, when she's back with her family, that's when she becomes a hard ass and, like, becomes locked in. But normally she's not actually like that, and she's a lot sweeter and, like, vulnerable. And so knowing that, like, the Eva that we've seen, who has been, like, pretty ruthless and kind of psycho, is not even just a part of Eva, but, like, a smaller part of Eva, you know? But in episode 1 and 2, it's, like, the only Eva we know. So, I don't know, it's just such a cool, like, depiction of depth, right? Like, how you only know small parts of people, especially in the context that you get to know them, right? It's really crazy.
バトラ君よりはるかにマシだ。
Guys, we don't need to trauma Olympics to feel better about each other. It's okay. We can just be sad.
いや、違うぜ。庄司の兄貴が一番辛いはずなんだ。分かってんだよ。
He's just a poor general practitioner. Somebody
庄
help
司の兄貴
Nanjo.
が俺たちの中で一番悲しくて辛いんだ。俺はそれを分かってる。だからこれ以上メソメソなんて泣いちゃいけねえんだ。どうして僕の方が辛いなんて。俺にとっちゃ
Well, and
親父もキリエさんも
I'll let him talk.
成人して独り立ちしたらいつかは別れる人
I was
間
gonna
さ。
say and Shannon.
親である以上
No.
子供より先に死ぬのは宿命だ。それが少し早くなっちまっただけの話だぜ。だが兄貴は違うぜ。いつか別れる親だけじゃない。これからの人生をずっと一緒に生きていくはずのシャノンちゃんまで失ったんじゃないかよ。
Bro, you're gonna...
人の命に重さなんか
We
ねえ
gotta
さ。
lock in, guys.
赤ん坊の命だって
We're in
年寄
the
りの
area
命
they
だ
got
って
slimed out. We could be slimed out any
同じ
second.
くらいに尊いだろうよ。だがよ、それからの人生が長ければ長いほど、一緒に築いていく未来が長ければ長いほど、その知ってのは悲しいものなんじゃねえのかよ。兄貴は
Oh my god, why are you reminding him? Like, yes, his fiance's dead, and... Okay, Battler, we are not helping. Battler. Battler. We don't gotta remind him that he was engaged to her, and that, like, he's just realizing that his dad was murdered, and Battler's going, bro, I can't believe your fiance is also dead, like, y'all were talking about how many kids you were gonna have, bro. Didn't y'all already have that honeymoon set aside? Man, that's fucked up. And that ring you got for her was beautiful, bro. You had your entire future together with her, and that shit's just empty. Like, bro! You don't gotta remind him! TD Wolf, what's up? Sorry, I'm late. Here's some cash. What have I missed so far? Any thoughts on the voice acting? Yo, the cast is suffering, as always. I feel like Eva is standing out like crazy, dude. I really like Eva when she was talking to Kraus a minute ago, and like was vulnerable for like the first time with him. That is so cool to see, right? He cries and screams so much, and it's never played off as a joke or comic relief outside of Byakuto being cruel, and I really appreciate that. Oh yeah, like this year, when he was crying here, I mean, we kind of like jumped in, and it was like, okay, shit. Oh no, this was Eva, but like he was right here. Right, this was like the scene jumping us into it, and it kind of took me from like, we're on the game board to like, okay, shit, we gotta lock in. Like, we're getting emotional for a second here. Thank you for the 5 though, TD Wolf. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Glad to see you around, as always. Okay, rockin'. It's just like, but also Battler, we don't gotta remind the lad. It's just...
その未来のデカさが
Oh...
幸せのデカさがよ。
Cause I love processing the pain, but like there is something about how we're in an active battlefield.
俺の
You
痛み
know?
なんかとは比べ物にならねえ。
Let's bottle this shit up and process it later. That's just where I'm at. But it's okay.
もっと泣いても許されるはずなんだ。なのに、俺たちいとこの兄貴格だからって、無理に冷静を装って。やめてよ。
My poor Georgie Wargie. George was trying to make a calm smile, but he couldn't any longer stop a single hot tear from leaving a streak down his face.
悲しくないわけがないじゃないか。僕はシャノンと一緒に
Shit is so sad.
たくさんの未来を思い描き合ったさ。きっと100年の人生では叶えきれないくらいの夢を語り合ったさ。その夢の一番最初の籍を入れることさえ叶えられなくて悲しくないわけがないじゃないか。それに比べたら俺なんか
I'm like, Battler's trying to, I think, use this as like a way to get himself to lock in. Where he's trying to like shake himself up, right? Where he's like, I don't. But it's like you are like Battler, you are allowed to be sad.
同じだよ。親しい人を失えば。
But I don't know. Do whatever you gotta do to get past the
僕も
sadness
バト
right
ラ君
now.
も同じだよ。だからバトラ君が僕より涙を流してはいけないなんてルールはない。
Thank you for that, George
そし
wisdom.
て僕だってもうこれ以上涙をこらえなければならないなんてルールもないんだもんね。兄貴兄貴
Y'all hug each other and cry, bro.
父さんも死んだ。
Hug each other and have the most like beautiful emotional like cry hug of all time, bro.
悲しいな。
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, yes. Oh man, as Battler and George tightly hugged each other, they cried a waterfall of tears. Yo, Battler, give me. I have to read the rest of that. They cried a waterfall of tears over each other's shoulders for those people important to them. Oh man. They're there for each other, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa! Is this a new tune? Melting away. Okay. I feel like I'm caving. I feel like I'm underground. I'm mining crystals, bro. There's a slime. I'm killing the slime monster. There's a goblin. I'm slaying the goblin. Back to mining. Oh, no more mining. We ran out of ore. Bieto is practicing human empathy right now. Helping her. Help her, bro. Help her. She's trying. She's actually trying to do empathy. Ooh, there's like a talking in the background. Love how much Battler respects George, even though he's an awkward nerd. Oh yeah, them two are awesome. I honestly, like, I thought about it when George was on screen a second ago. I was so fast to like put George into the nerd archetype and start making fun of him in like episode 1 and 2, and then everybody started getting murdered, and I was like, okay, my fault. I didn't realize that we were playing legit like this, you know? Like, I was ready to put him into the tropey archetypes quickly just because it makes, you know, makes it easy. It's like what you instinctively do. And then George started like weeping, and it was like, okay, fuck, I can't do that anymore. You win. You actually win. Like, you get to be a fully developed and like tragic human character, you know? You're a lot more than, all of them are a lot more than any singular archetype, which is really cool, right? Okay. Bieto, are we gonna learn a little bit of empathy? Bro, baby girl learning empathy for her boy toy? Aww. A love story.
もちろんそれだけじゃ測れねえけどな。俺たち人間はお前ら魔女とは違う。
Battler. I love you, Battler. I could kiss you right now. But Battler, baby girl right now is trying her best to resonate a little bit with you. I think you should try to let her in as much as you're willing. As much as you're willing. I'm gonna pull a Virgilia and say, hear her out. That's all. Just hear her out.
生きてから死ぬまでという。
This is a fair comparison, though.
その力の限り生きている。
Especially with the endlessness of it. Yeah, meet her halfway a little. If you want. Because to be fair, halfway between human and witch is still like everybody's getting fucking murdered. So like, but like, you know, just roll her in. Hey Cube, I missed the last 4 streams because I was busy being in Japan. I even visited one of the locations that Rokenjima was based off of. Holy peak. That is so cool, actually, bro. Yo. I need to pull up onto Rokenjima Island immediately. And then I can... Isn't there a village that Higurashi was also based off of? I need to pull up to both of those places immediately, bro. The Japan trip in 2029 is about to go fucking nutso butso.
それをないがしろにする奴は許せない。ましてや、嘲笑いもてあそぶような奴は絶対に許せない。
I can put up in the battler cosplay.
死の概念もめちゃくちゃな奴には理解もできねえだろうがよ。
Okay, okay. Beatrice, come on, come on. Work with him here. This is a high difficulty class persuasion check, Beatrice.
これから生きる時間の長さだけじゃない。一生懸命に生きている奴の人生を嘲笑うこと。これが一番俺には許せねえんだ。ジョージの兄貴は。
Like, why would you make fun of that? You gotta, like, you should respect that grind set, bro. I like this from, made a tempo, put my ass on the roulette. You have been placed onto the dance floor. Even notice this, though, bro. Like, the way that even Battler in this line, Battler has such, like, a cross-comparison thing, right? Like, when he's mourning everybody, he's comparing his suffering to George in order to, like, put his own suffering down and his own sadness down. And then here, Battler is putting, like, his own emotions towards going to Rokenjima down, right? Like, he's saying, like, oh, compared to me, George was doing so much. Like, look how little I was doing. I was just here being a fuckhead. Like, and he was locking in. And that's kind of sad. Like, it's like, I think what Battler maybe doesn't understand is that he can be proud of somebody else without having to put himself down. You don't have to cross-compare yourself, Battler. You know? Like, being humble is good. Being humble is good, don't get it twisted. But you don't have to, like, put your own experience down in order to, like, emphasize how awesome somebody else is. You know?
Beato.
Virgilia giving her advantage on the persuasion check. Coming in and be like, hey, Beato, shape up. Ooh, this beautiful tune! I really like that, like, big humming thing in the back. Dude, I really like this song. I really like this song. And they leave me. As soon as I say how much I love you, you leave me. She got a tear, bro.
お前の言い分にも一定の理解はする。お前には自分の復活のためにおかしな碑文に沿った殺人を続ける必要がある。Which is her striving for her own life. だから。That is her striving for her own life, which is what he is saying is so cool that humans do, right? Like I like that. That does make sense, you know? Because she is trying to be resurrected, she's trying to remain alive, and killing other people to that end is like, well, the end that he is, like, accepting of is the end of, like, living your own life and doing your own thing, kind of thing, right? Like, trying and being strong in that way. So I like how he can kind of get that a little bit. He is turning the chessboard around, like your true emotional flipping the chessboard. それがお前にとっては必要な行為だからな。なら、それ以上の不要な行為は全て。Right. That's the distinction. Clear distinction made. I like it. I like it. つまり、第一の晩に6人を殺すことまでがお前にとっての必要な行為ならば、顔を砕くとか、腹を裂いてお菓子を詰め込むなんて真似は全て。Well, we know that it's actually part of magic. Like, yes, but also no. Right, she does have the penchant for cruelty, but at the same time she's also doing that because she needs there to be an aura of magic to get through the anti-magic. Bro, could you imagine being Battler, saying all this to Beato, and she's just sitting there, like, her lip quivering as a single tear rolls down her cheek, just like, yeah, I am a cool bitch. like,
But she gotta know. He has to, like, it's tough love. You gotta tell her. You gotta tell her.
結局は最後には生き返らせるのだから
Don't fold. She needs, for her own good, she needs to hear this, bro. Come on.
みたいなことを言ったそう
Come
だ
on.
バルギリアに聞いてるぜ
それはまあ
She's trying to defend a little bit. Okay, okay.
最後には生き返るなら何度殺してもいいという考えは命をもてあそぶだけの全く必要な
We're
行
talking
為
about
ではない
ethics,
の
bro.
だ殺すなら人思いに殺せもてあそぶな
Agreed.
殺さないなら痛むなお前は人の命を自在に操れるのをいいことに命の尊厳を忘れてしまっただから俺は認められないんだ命の重みをそして失った時の悲しみ
You
を知
can't
ら
have
ない
fun
や
if you're
つを
doing shit like that, bro.
俺は対戦相手だと断じて認められない
無限の魔法が邪法と言われるゆえんです
It's corruptive.
無限の魔女に有限の概念はない壊す殺すという有限と終焉の概念がないのですそれゆえに無限の魔女は時に生と死の狭間をゴム跳びで遊ぶかのようにその行き来を遊び出すようにな
Oh,
ります
just fucking around. Okay.
それはとてもとても恐ろしいことですだから私は無限の魔女として自ら望みあなたの域まで達しなかったのです
Ethics got in the way of her power boost. Virgilia had told Beato that countless times before, but Beato had been too young to obediently listen to those words. Yo, why does being evil give you more power? That's fucked up. Like, why can't being good give you more power, bro? Where's the power of friendship? Hello? Yo, somebody call Maria up, okay? She'll break it down for us. But Beato had been too young to obediently listen to those words. She had been too wild. She had been possessed by that detestable pleasure.
壺を割ってはならぬと言われてきたでも
That taboo. She fuck with the taboo.
いつか割ってみたいと思っていたそして無限の魔法を得て
But instead of killing people, just be like Kinky or something, dude. Like there's ethical ways to be taboo.
わらわは
You know what I mean? But if you start making ethics itself your taboo, then you're like, welcome to Rokujima / Epstein Island. Like that shit is where it doesn't fly anymore.
驚いたものそれを
Yeah.
奇跡の蜜と呼び
Yeah,
ま
no,
す
it's facts. It does make sense.
人はその中身に惹
It's
か
that
れ
they're
る
not allowed to have it.
それを封ずる錠前に惹かれるのです
Much the same way that I'm captivated by the locked room because it's locked.
実に嘆かわしいことです
Pretend that made
Valkyria
sense. Pretend it made sense.
無限の
Or
魔
The
法なんて
Sims, yeah, play The Sims. Oh my god, Beatrice would have loved The
それは何のために
Sims.
この世に
Give her a laptop with The Sims and all the DLCs, bro, and this entire thing gets avoided instantly. Or like just make some pea zombies, bro. Like if you're gonna be evil, make pea zombies, and then it's not actually evil.
無限の魔法
I
に
said as if
限
you
ら
could
ず
just do that.
魔法はすべて
Oh,
人の世に幸福を
Virgilia!
もたらすために
My
存
sweet
在するのです
Virgilia.
今さらバトラ君には信じがたいでしょうが私たち魔女は人の世に恵みを与え
Some
る
of
た
them.
めに人と人ならざ
Would
る者
Battler's
たちと
favorite
の
game be?
架け橋になるべく修行を重ねているのです
死者を繰り返し蘇らせ
I'm so close to saying that, like some shit like FIFA, dude.
どう人の
Yeah,
世
he'll
に
play like
当てらせて
NBA 2K, bro. I'm telling you, is that a game? That sounds like the basketball one. Titanfall? I was thinking either Call of Duty or some like one of those like sports games. Among Us. Among Us is funny. Town of Salem. Town of Salem because he's hanging a witch. Town of Salem. Ace Attorney. Yeah, get Maria on Instagram Reels. Get Beatrice on Sims. Get Battler on Town of Salem. Get Virgilia on Sudoku.
大切な形見の壺が割れてしまった時それを直すことで誰もが笑顔を取り戻
I'm
すなら
remembering
ば
Higurashi with this
私
stuff.
は何度でも魔法にて直すで
Town of
しょ
Salem
う
is fun. We should do
し
another
かし
event
そ
for
れ
that.
は壊すために直すのではありません人に幸福を与えるために蘇らせるのです
だとしたらベアト お前は無限の魔
Woo!
失格だな。
Wow, ouchie. All her cute little grumbles, dude. Oh my goodness, it's so cute.
今
It's so cutie
俺は
patootie.
漠然と思ったことがある。どうして俺がお前とこんなおかしなゲームを延々と続けてるのかだ。これは俺を屈服させるためのゲームじゃない。
Maybe it's a game to fix
お
you.
前が本当の意味で
Oh!
無限の魔女に認められるための試験ではないのかってな。
We can fix you. Oh my goodness, it's a we can fix her.
わらわがそなたにゲームを
I've
申し
not heard
込ん
of
でい
that
る
on the
のは
clock tower. That sounds cool.
単なる暇つぶしだ。
She said, no, I don't want to
誰の
change.
思惑でもないわ。
I like it down here.
俺は今ワルギリアから
Baby
の
girl,
魔
you
女
are
の定義
not
を聞い
Clark.
た。
Okay, we're gonna change, bro.
それによるならばベアト、お前は魔女ですらない。その修行の途中で自らの力を誤解した
This is some like kung fu shit, dude. Unironic, you know? The point of kung fu is not to bring violence, but to bring protection. Hell yeah.
ならば魔女で
That's
ない
what
お
I'm
前
feeling,
に
bro. That's what this is saying.
俺の相手としての資格はない。
12 players for a good game. Damn!
わかるな。
わらわはまだ見習い風情だと申すか。ならばわらわはいつそなたの対戦相手だと再び認められるのか。
Such a wet cat! Oh my god, she's so cute! Dude, is this the like the siren song, bro? Like, oh, she's so sad. Somebody give her a little bit of like, she can have a little bit of torture as a treat. A little bit of torture as a treat.
いつこのゲームを
She just
再
wants to
開
go
で
back
きる
to
という
playing
のか。
games. Yo, y'all should play like Civilization versus each other, bro.
さあな。それは少な
He's
くとも
edging her. He's edging her.
Imagine.
Oh, he's edging her so well. W edging battler. W
お
fucking
前が俺
edge.
の言った話をちゃんと理解できて
Become a real witch,
本当の
then I'll
魔女に
accept you as my
なった時
opponent again. Oh my god, leading her on, edging her. This is some, like, typically this is like some girl boss, girl manipulation techniques. Bro is activating dark feminism manipulation tactics. Holy battler upscale.
俺はお前を再び
Damn!
ゲームの対戦
Not
相手だと
joke,
認め
lick
るだろう
lollipop, please.
そのような抽象的な言い方ではわからぬ。どうすればお前の許しを超えるのか。
She's so desperate, bro. Oh my god, she's turned into putty. She's turned into putty in his hands. Clearly tell me what I should do to earn your forgiveness? Give me a kiss. Okay, no, relax, relax,
いいや
relax,
これ
relax.
で十分だ。あとはお前が考えろ。
Holy shit, and even that much, he's like, he's training her to think about his needs. Holy
俺が
fuck.
言いたいのは以上だ。
Got her ass, got her ass.
理解ができないならワルギリアやロノウェに相
Got
談して
her,
みろ。
bro. I'm not gonna give you the answer. This is some good, like, rewire your neurons type
お
shit.
前みたいなガキンチョは
A
ま
brat
ず
like
大人
you
の
should
言
start
葉
off
に
by
耳を
listening
傾け
to
ると
what
こ
the
ろから
adults
始めやが
say.
れ。
Battler Brat Tamer arc.
ワルギリア
They're just brat taming each other back and forth forever.
ゲームは一度中断する。ロノウェが代行を降りた以上あとは
Infinite brat taming.
対局者としてふさわし
Infinite
い
brat
資格を持
taming.
つのを
That's
待つ
the endlessness of the endless witch power. Endless brat taming.
了解しま
I
した
get it now.
ベアトがその資格を得たと認められるまでゲームを対局者不在のまま
Manipulating
進行さ
toys.
せます
Crazy. Crazy line.
ベアトもそれでよろしいですね。
異論はない。わらわは時間とゆっくり考えられる場所が欲しい。これにて席を外してもよいか。
She's so polite. She's so polite. May I take my leave now? Baby girl.
それではまたね。
Tell her you're gonna see her later too. Say it back. Oh. Yo, he's so good at edging. He's so good at edging.
そうしょぼくれ
He's
た
saying
顔する
smile, baby girl. Come on.
それはすまぬ。
He doesn't want her to be so sad.
わらわは胸の内がすべて顔に出る勝負。
Okay, she owned him here. She owned him. Oh, it's so cute. He's saying, don't look so dejected, and she's like, sorry. I'm just showing you everything in my heart. Oh my god! Yo, is this what it feels like to read smut? Is this why, like, a bunch of, like, middle-aged women would, like, sit in the bath, twirling their glass of wine, reading smut while they got an entire husband in the other room? Because I think I'm starting to understand, bro. Yo, this shit's kind of awesome. I love smut.
偽れる。
なら、まだ公正の余地はあるってことだぜ。一つだけ約束する。
Let me promise you one thing. He's realizing she's too dejected. He realized he's edged her a little too much, so he's giving her just a little bit.
俺はお前とのゲームに勝つかもしれないし、負けるかもしれない。お前が戻ってこなけりゃ不戦勝ってこともある
Get
だ
on
ろうよ。
AO3. See, I've had my arcs on AO3. Okay, I've read a little bit of fanfic here and there. At that point, Battler stopped talking for a second. Then he spoke forcefully.
しかし、絶対に俺からは降りない。お前を不戦勝にだけは絶
I'm
対
gonna be
にしな
here
い。
for you if you're willing to be here for me.
お前が再び俺の好敵手としてそこに座るの。
And who's the real Endless Witch? Who's the real Endless Witch if Battler's the one saying, like, I'm not gonna step down, I'll keep waiting here for you? Doesn't that make him sound like the infinite force and she's the finite thing that's trying to find her way to fit into it? Trying to find her way to fit into Battler? Battler pegging arc just dropped? That's crazy.
バトラ様。
Oh man, Mr. Renovation is like feeling the Battler upscale. Mr. Renovation is popping one right now.
ありがとう。
Me too, Mr. Renovation.
バト
Oh.
ラ。わらわはきっと。
Oh, we could, dude, it's so cute! Ow, ow, ow! Beatrice showed him a very slightly hopeful smile and disappeared. Looking at that expression, Battler strongly believed that her face could tell no lies. Okay, I gotta read her faces more. Wasn't end of episode 2 the pegging arc? Bro, the great thing about the pegging arc is that it's cyclical, bro. It's like the Eternal Return, Nietzsche style, the Ouroboros. The pegging always comes back for round 2, okay? That's what the prostate's for, bro. You think that thing is a one and done Andy, bro? No, that thing can go all day. Is what my friends have told me. What? I like Pink as a streamer. Okay, wait, chat. Are we about to read this W Glaze message? I'm excited, bro. This is about to be so good. I like Pink as a streamer because he's... Well, unless there's a but statement, it's about to ruin my life. Let's see. I like Pink as a streamer because he's funny while also emotionally engaging with the story. Many others constantly make fun of any attempt at sincerity from media, and it's like watching someone piss all over your favorite VN for hours, refusing to engage aside from making cynical jokes. It might be true. It might be true. It's a hard balance. It's a hard balance because, like, that's what I actually really love about Umineko, specifically, because I think Umineko's really good at doing, like, okay, that dynamic you're talking about, I'm about to break it down for y'all in a crazy way you're not ready for. That dynamic you've just talked about, how, like, how does the streamer engage with the media, when are they sincere, when are they not sincere, is unironically a very similar relationship to what Battler and Beatrice have to the plots events, right? Battler and Beatrice are constantly, like, clashing because of the ways that they're engaging with the same story. And it's gotten to the point in episode 3 where they're not even able to, like, talk to each other well, and they're having to, like, emotionally figure each other out because of their ways that they're engaging with the story, right? Isn't that crazy? So, like, in a way, Beatrice is the type of streamer that constantly is pissing all over your favorite VN. That's actually what Beatrice has been doing in this episode, where she's just like, yeah, fucking kill him, who cares? Lol, I love violence, right? She's just fucking around, and then Battler is like, yo, bro, this shit's sacred, this shit, like, has meaning, and she's having to, like, walk it back. But it's actually, isn't it crazy that I feel like that relationship of the streamer or the audience to Umineko itself is also a relationship that we're seeing with the Umineko characters to the actual plot of the story, and we're getting to see the way that they're engaging with it, right? The best kinds of media are mirrors. And I feel like Umineko has been such a good mirror into the process of enjoying media and what that even means. Eh? Oh yeah, chapter 1 also was so fucking insane. Bro, episode 1, yeah, bro. Episode 1, when Cannon started crying about not Jessica, about Shannon. Damn. That shit hit different. Haven't watched the Higu VODs. Did Pink cry? It's called When They Cry for a reason. Okay, let's lock in. The 7 survivors returned to the guest house once again. By now it was clear that those who went outside would not be able to return alive. Rudolph's group had gone out holding 2 guns and 1 master key, but those had been lost. It was more than clear by now that they had been stolen by the culprit. Since the windows were closed with the shutters, they wouldn't open even if the culprit had this master key. They sealed the front door and all the other doors to the outside with chains, and further blocked them with sofas and tables. Even if the culprit decided to break in through violent means, it wouldn't be easy for them.
台風が今となってはむしろ幸いかもしれんな。もしも晴れていたならゲストハウスに放火するという手もあり得た。
That is so true. I've thought about them setting fire to the house before, but you're so right that it's raining. That is so funny because I was talking about that last stream, but like, yeah, it actually is raining. I mean, if you still like threw a Molotov into the house, I think it would still be a problem. I actually wonder. It's still probably, but like, yeah, no, that does get in the way to a degree for sure. True. Ryukishi fucking pre-moving my brain like again.
それを不幸中の幸いと言えるかは微妙ね。
エヴァさん、
Dude,
体の具合はいかがですか？
she has the rose earring, just like how Eva Teriche has the rose on her hat, right? The rose. That's crazy.
無理をされないようにしてくだ
Natsui's
さい。
ex Eva is actually taken off a little bit here. Yeah.
ありがとう。
See, Eva, when you're not mean, like Natsui can be very pleasant and sweet to you.
熱はまだ感じるけど。
Falling to the playing the game with your buddies on a couch laughing all the time while streaming is just too easy. If you've got nothing else than jokes, you have no other option. That's a real thing that I struggle with sometimes. Also, BVXX, thank you for the follow. But no, yeah, I definitely have that problem sometimes. I think like my, I don't want to tangent too hard, so I'll be fast. My equivalent to that problem is like making like sex jokes or whatever, you know? It's so easy to be like gooner and like play the gooner role. Especially because like attractive female anime characters, you know, it's like look at the audience that I'm talking to. Look at the fucking Twitch and YouTube chat. You know, it's easy to fall into the gooner archetype. But I've been trying to actively to like be more sparse in that, you know. Yeah, because it's really easy to just like fall into like the same jokes over and over and over. And so like I always try to balance between like emotional engagement, actual commentary, jokes, and then just being a fucking schizo head. You know what I mean? I try to balance between the 4 of those. And I feel like this is a pretty good... Oh, yeah! Oh my god, I forgot about this. How Higurashi board has the timeline of the wounds. Okay, sorry. So you gotta have like 200 hours of ball knowledge in the pink cubed Higurashi When They Cry Umineko playthrough to understand that. Alright, lock in.
子供のためにも。
Eva's trying to lock in as well. I appreciate it, Eva. It's probably good for you to be awake and walking around, because I think that maybe debuffs Eva Teriche. After crying so much in front of Hideyoshi's body, Eva now gained a strong self-awareness that she was a mother and expression conveyed a strong will. Chat, I think I just saw the ending to the episode in my mind's eye. Eva is going to shoot herself to kill Eva Teriche, and that's how we win. Because Eva Teriche still hasn't respawned yet. So if Eva dies, then that actually probably stops Eva Teriche. So Eva just has to blow her own brains out, which is very doable, and it would probably kill Eva Teriche. Guys, we have to kill Eva now. Holy shit. I'm writing that down. I just uncovered it in my brain. This layer? I need... Okay, now, in red? In red? Wait, bring me my color wheel. Do it in black. In black. Eva to blow her own brains out. To kill Eva Teriche. There we go. The Higurashi video explains the whole board, so no need to watch 500 streams to understand it. This is an advertisement. So you can link it if you want. I'm fine if you link it. Because that video is awesome. After crying so much in front of Hideyoshi's body, Eva had now gained a strong self-awareness that she was a mother, and her expression conveyed a strong will. Actually, her fever still hadn't gone down. And she was aware of that. Whenever she wasn't galvanizing herself, she felt the fever starting to make her mind hazy again. I had to kill her so she would have turned into a witch. I had to kill her. The witch was gonna get us. I had to. You have to understand. By this point, the first floor was the final line of defense made by Kraus, Natsui, and Eva. The children and the guest, Nanjo, had been strongly warned not to carelessly come downstairs. If the culprit used a ladder or something, it probably wouldn't be impossible for them to attack from upstairs. But it wouldn't be easy for them to break those sturdy shutters from such an unstable position. It was comparatively safer upstairs compared to downstairs. Barra and George had hoped to remain downstairs as well, to fight in the worst-case scenario, but Eva had rejected that. In her mind, George was now her only family. It seemed that she didn't even want to expose him to the danger of coming downstairs to the first floor. Kraus and Natsui could also understand that feeling. Okay, but what about Battler, bro? He got nothing to lose. Nanjo. Mentioned. Nanjo mentioned. A great deal of time had now passed since they once again barricaded themselves in. In the cousins' room upstairs, Battler, George, and Jessica were sitting dazed. Their ears not even registering the TV that had been left on. Bro, you know the really sad thing? That TV's probably watching some, like, kids' TV show because Maria was watching it. Think about it. For a while, Nanjo had been with them, and I tried to send them words to cheer them up. Bro, remember Maria, like, crying for Rosa while they were both getting tortured by Eva Tadriche? Mama bullets in. Mama motherfucking bullets in. I fucking love Maria, dude. Maria is such an awesome character, bro. I love Maria. What a good character. Okay, for a while, Nanjo had been with them, and I tried to send them words to cheer them up, but when he realized he might actually be having the opposite effect, he disappeared into his own upstairs room. George kept looking dazedly at the photographs inserted in his notebook. They were from that time he had taken a vacation to Okinawa with Shannon. Shannon's happy smile was contained in those photographs. Oh, okay. Thanks for the emotional torture. George could remember the temperature and the humidity, the warmth and the strength of the wind. Good night, Kairets. Good night. I hope you enjoyed a VAR with your Arcanines tomorrow. Good night. The warmth and the strength of the wind, even what he had been talking about with her at the time those photos had been taken, as clearly as though it had been yesterday. So to George, they weren't simply photos, but a door to bring back warm memories. In this room, even though the sound of the typhoon and the TV should have entered George's hearing, it was the scenery of Okinawa he had seen with her, and her laughing voice that reached his eyes and his ears. After meeting Shannon, George had made the decision to be reborn. He had sworn to separate himself from the timid person he had once been, easily caught up in the atmosphere, unable to refuse a request, and easily used by those around him. He had resolved himself to become a strong man who would make her life even more joyous. The big question is, now that she's gone, is he still reborn, or was that, like, linked to her? So, if he hadn't met Shannon, the man called Ushiromiya George would probably have lived a very different life. And the George of that different life surely wouldn't have been as excellent a man as he now was. Oh, the way he was now, he was for the sake of Shannon. But if that same Shannon was now gone, he found himself wondering why he exists. Yeah, exactly what I'm asking. Isn't it completely meaningless? A deep, deep sadness, as though he himself had become empty. That feeling had tormented him the whole time. However, until Battler had told him, he hadn't been aware of the feeling himself. I just remembered that the name of that song was Melting Away. And that's like, I know we're not even listening to Melting Away, we're listening to Fortitude. But it's like that version that he's become, that version of himself he's become without Shannon is like melting away. That's how it feels, you know? Which is really sad. And that's like just, you know. And that's like, I've seen that idea a lot before of like, there's certain, like, with certain people, you unlock, like, different sides of yourself, and that can be, like, really beautiful. Like, there's certain friends you'll have that you'll laugh with that you can't laugh quite like that if you're not with that friend, and you can't, like, feel those emotions if you're not in that relationship, stuff like that. And so whenever you lose that other person, you're, like, losing that side of yourself that only they really could unlock. And there's something really tragic about that. And that's what's so beautiful about human relationships, is that they're, like, reflective, and they, like, as much as you learn things about the other person, in interacting with them, you learn so much about yourself, and you unlock so much of yourself. And so, like, what happens to those pieces of you whenever they go away? And that's just tragic, you know? And I try at least to, like, have as much of, like, my core self-affirmed, and I try to make it, like, discovery, you know? Where, like, other people remind me of, like, those feelings that I have inside me, and even if they're the only ones that can, like, really unlock it, they remind me that they're there, and then that gives me the strength to keep looking for them in other relationships, you know? Stuff like that. Which, I don't know, it's just sad. He finally remembered that he should have cried much, much more. So he had cried. Just like Battler, he had cried himself dry. By now his eyes were bright red and swollen and he could not cry anymore. So George did his best to change his way of thinking. He decided to think that he was not meaningless, that he should be grateful to Shannon for giving him such a character. Dead lives are not revived. He would have to get over being separated from his beloved. Oh man, there's really the big question of like, is it better? Is the endless witch power better where we can bring people back if we use it for good? Or is it better to like, accept what is truly human and accept that when people are dead, they're gone? Like, is the power itself cursed? Even if Virgilia tries to use it for happiness, is it itself cursed? You know? But that kind of asks us like, what about Higurashi? Like, are we okay with all that tragedy happening in the first place, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Dead lives are not revived. He would have to get over being separated from his beloved. If he were to come after Shannon by killing himself, she would surely be deeply dejected. It would be the same the other way around, too. If he had died and Shannon chased after him, throwing away her own life, he wouldn't be able to forgive himself. That's facts, too. That's facts, too. Oh. Oh. So he chose to surpass his emotions of sadness and anger, and decided to thank her. Oh, that's beautiful. Meeting Shannon had made his days rich and full, and had taught him the meaning of working hard for other people's sakes. As a result, she had shaped him into the person he had wanted to be. He thought he should thank her for that. By doing that, he tried to quell his sadness. But each time he did, he remembered Shannon's smile. He knew it logically. He understood that grieving any more than this would only make her grieve in heaven. Yet he couldn't stop his sadness. Why'd they randomly hit me with, like, the most fucking sad, emotional George Shannon shit, bro? She's been dead for so long, and it's just been an undercurrent this entire time. Which is the entire point with George. Damn, and it got in color, bro. Because he's that deep in those feelings with her. And that gratitude, like, man, feeling gratitude towards her made the memories light up in color. Ain't that something? I feel like that says something about, like, the best way to retrospect and the best way to have flashbacks are with that gratitude, you know? Even if he still feels sad, you know? Like, emotions aren't clean cut. Watch Inside Out, bro. Like, that shit's complicated, okay? We got them merged emotions. That's okay. Love that point on gratitude, though. That is, like, such a beautiful, like, sentiment. Like, within the deep sadness, you can find the most beautiful we're so back, right? That's like the yin and yang of emotions. This line, oh my god, wait, okay, chat, the line's so good, I'm putting it on the board. The line is so good, I'm putting it on the board. I can't, listen, it's going into the George area. Yo, who the fuck is Dale Watanabe? Alright. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, sorry, I'm getting so distracted. Reincarnation of EDA. Okay, okay. Oh. The reality that this, like, really beautiful sentiment is next to the line, got bullied as a child, who would have guessed? Yeah, my fault, George. My fault, George. That's on me. That really is, in fact, on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We do it all. Battler muttered. It was though he was speaking on behalf of all humans. Oh, fuck. Let me reread the line if you're gonna say something like that. Why does people dying make us this sad? It was though he was speaking on behalf of all humans. I've said it before, but I think it's sometimes a great blessing to be able to be sad, you know? Like, fuck. I won't say which because I don't want to spoil, but I like ugly cried the other day, like in a recording, and that shit was hard. That shit was hard to do. It was like, it was so painful and like heart-wrenching, like what I was talking about. But I found it really profound and beautiful to be able to do that on camera and like share that with other people. And it's that way of like, sadness isn't the ending, it's the beginning of sharing it with the others. It's the beginning of empathy. It's the beginning of gratitude, you know? That's something like that emotion is not something we can just turn off, but we do get the choice of where do we steer that emotion within ourselves, you know? He probably hadn't been asking anyone, but Jessica answered.
別れは
Oh, I'd be
確か
fucking
に
ugly crying nowadays,
いつ
bro.
も悲しい
That
さ
shit's intense, bro. This whole like human experience thing is intense, bro.
でもそれが例えば老いであるとか何かの時間であるとかあらかじめ約束されていていつか訪れる別れであると分かっているもの
Yes,
は
and it was Mushoku
その悲
Tensei,
し
a
みを
jobless
長い時
reincarnation.
間をかけてあら
This
か
shit's
じ
so
め薄めて
big!
おくことがで
This
き
shit's
る
so big!
それを許されな
Okay,
いから
sorry, Jessica spin bars and we're
突然の
okay,
不幸
looking.
は悲しいんだろうよ
なるほど
Talking
な。
about unexpected sadness being extra sad.
そりゃ、病気にでもかかって、何年も昏睡状態になってりゃ、少しずつ心の整理もついてくだろうけど、ある日突然じゃ、その暇もねえもんな。
本来なら数年をかけて薄めるべき悲しみが一度に押し寄せるそりゃ辛いわけさ時には人の生涯に傷を残すほど深い悲しみを与えることもあるかもしれない
I feel like,
生涯に傷を残す。
but like, it's not bad to be scarred. Like, scars aren't flaws, scars are history made manifest, you know? Scars are kind of like, I don't know. I fuck with it. Even if it's the scar of sadness or of grief, you know?
じいさまのオカルト趣味もさ
Oh shit, Jessica's about to bring the craziest analogy of all time. Lock the fuck in.
そう囁かれてたんだよな例のベアトリーチェって愛人を大昔に亡くして
Mm.
それが悲しくて立ち
Very
直
well
れ
said,
なくて
Jester. Exactly.
それで死者を蘇
And
ら
just
せ
like
る
Battler
た
was
め
saying,
の
like
オカル
living
ト
with
の
all your
勉強に
power, like what George was
残り
doing
の
to
人生
confess
を
to
すべて
Shannon.
捧げるようにな
That's
った
that
の
good
では
living.
ないかってそう囁かれてた
If there is a point, it might be something like that.
じいさまは最後の土壇場で、その奇跡を成し遂げたな。犯人は蘇ったベアトリーチェで、じいさまは殺される瞬間に再会できたってことになるぜ。自分で蘇らせて、
Right?
そ
You're
れに
telling
殺され
me.
るとは皮肉な話さ。
When are we getting Battler to reach it,
そ
bro?
れでも
Think about it.
おじいさま
Where
は
Battler finds
会
the
えたん
gold
だろうね
and then becomes
人生
and
の
then gets
半分を
force
落と
femmed.
して
Force femme Battler!
もう一度会いたいと願った女性にわずかなひとときとは
I've
い
already
え
joked about that like 3 times, I'm pretty
再
sure.
会できたんだろうね
丸焼きにされちまったけどな。
Okay, bro, too
人生の半
soon.
分をかけた研究
Don't say he got roasted. Like, bro, that was
ちょいと割の荒い成
today.
果だろうぜ。
He got baked in an easy bake
そんな
oven
ことないよ。
today.
たとえほんのひとときであったとしても愛した女性に再会できたおじいさまは幸せだったはずさ
Like,
仮
bro.
に生命の摂理に逆らった罪を神に咎められてその身を焼かれ地獄に落とされたとしてもその見返りの再会がほんのわずかな時間だったとしてもね
上司兄さん
神の怒りに触れてこの身を
Just
焼
to
か
meet
れよ
with
うと
Shannon
も構わな
again.
いわずかな時間でもいいから
Ah.
シャノンを再び蘇らせてくれるなら僕は残りの人生すべてを
It's crazy we're dropping lines like this because we know that the more that our cast believes in magic, the more powerful the witches are. Not Eva Torice is just a problem, so she gets to break the power scale, but like overall. But isn't it crazy that this like deep emotional moment is actually like fuel for the magic that's like tearing everything into confusion and insanity? It's just crazy.
1分でもいいからそれと引き換えに全ての人生を捧げても
No, but George.
僕は構わない
George, but how is that different from the suicide you were talking about? Sacrificing the rest of your life to bring her back? That's not what she would want, dude. And you know that, because if you died, you wouldn't want her doing the same thing. You'd want her to go be happy. You know what I mean? That's like... That's the hard part. Is like, living the rest of your life, I think is the harder thing to do. Arguably. You know? And that's what they want from you. And if you really love them, then that's what you're gonna do.
兄貴。
When Battler and Jessica realized that their pointless discussion was hurting George, they had no choice but to shut their mouths. George directed his thoughts at Kinzo's life. I saw him sacrifice half of his life to research that no one could understand. And on the last day of his life, he revived the person he loved most. and probably succeeded in his reunion in his final moments. I don't know how much time they were able to spend together. I don't know whether they were given an hour or just 5 minutes. However, in that moment, all of that time he had sacrificed for his research must have been rewarded. Even though he spent decades to gain it, that small amount of time must have been enough to reward him. Dude, it's like, it's such a beautiful thought, and then my mind cuts to him in the oven. It's like, bro. Like, bro's locking and grinding out so much, and then he gets to reunite with Beatrice as she's just shoving him into the oven, and he's like, oh, to feel her hands against me one more time, as he's pushed into the oven and fucking lit into a match. Like, Jesus Christ. It's not worth it, bro. It's just not. I gotta feel the warmth of her love. Like, bruh. New episode of Mushoku Tensei. I have to watch it. I was very busy this weekend, so I haven't gone around to it. But I am planning on it. I have been a bit delayed. Chat, I was partying this weekend. I'm not gonna pretend, okay? Your boy was getting a little twisty. Your boy was, did a little bit of drinking, hanging out with some people in town. Shit was kind of fun. Yeah. But no, don't worry. It will come. I am not dead. I do live. And I'll be, posting along on the Patreon as well, That's where, a lot of my content go up early. Though not Mushoku Tensei yet. But anyways. It's coming, don't wait. Or do wait, don't worry. Until today, I never believed in the occult or magic or anything. Somewhere in my heart, I even made fun of grandfather's research as nothing more than an indulgence. However, I won't make fun of it anymore. No, to the contrary, I strongly believe that it does exist. If that power of belief can become miracles, I'll probably throw away all of my studies up until today, and spend the rest of my life from today onward studying magic. Bro, this reminds me of, the Keiichi bad endings, bro. Give me the power of magic, and a miracle which lets me meet Shannon again. This is Umineko, a visual novel. We are deep into this story, bro. We are I'm gonna just give you ready to be briefed? I'll brief you real quick. I am almost 90 hours in. I'm on episode 3 out of 8. And here are my notes. Okay? Yeah. That's all the briefing you get. Good luck. The VODs are on YouTube. Alright. Lock in. Oh, he's counterpointing. Okay.
誰も学ばない。死者が魔法では蘇らないって知っているから。ごめんよ。
The rational part of him is refuting.
僕のせいでおかしな空気になっちゃったね。みんなだって辛いだろうに。気を使わせてごめん。
Fuck yeah, enjoy the gym, bro. Even though I did it to divert myself from my sadness, maybe I did say something strange. Good night, Minta. If I keep talking about something so weird, I'm sure it won't heal their sadness. But even so, that doesn't mean that I can withstand this silence.
僕は下に行ってもう一杯コーヒーをもらってくる。
I hope you're safe as we are going downstairs.
うちの母さん、コーヒーの入れ方にはこだわりがあるんだよ。
Anytime anybody moves to a new location, I feel
おかわりはいるかい?
they're just not gonna come back. Barara-kun and Jessica-chan lightly shook their heads. Without being any more persistent than that, I took my mug and left the room. I did visit Dr. Nanjo's room to ask whether he wanted any more coffee as well. But he too said that he didn't want any more. What is Nanjo doing in there? Just looking at the wall? Is he wall staring? And can somebody please, for the love of everything holy, explain this chair? I've been seeing this chair since episode 1, and it's just a problematic entity. I think I would feel more comfortable if there was a Chucky doll on the chair. That's fucked up. It seemed as though my mother's orthodox method of making coffee wasn't universally appreciated. One time I had Shannon drink some that I brewed by that method, but she told me that while it was delicious, it was a little strong. If I remember her words.
Shannon.
Can't help but think of her. It's no good. Even though I left the room to change my mood, that image of Shannon's face that's filling my head hasn't faded in the slightest. The fun days I shared with her were becoming more and more vivid, and I felt saddened that I was not even allowed to see her dead face. According to our parents, it seems as though she was killed with something like a gun or a spear. I'm sure they were just trying to console me, but they had said that her face in death had been very beautiful and peaceful. Wonder if she's wearing the engagement ring I gave her last night. If she accepted my engagement, she should have it on the ring finger of her left hand. Please don't yearn so hard you go try to check her corpse. FNAF 4 plush trap, but it's Maria. Think about it. Last night our heads... Bro, Maria would have loved Five Nights at Freddy's so much. Oh my god. Last night our heads were both full of each... Last night our heads were both full of each other? Oh, and we weren't composed at all. Yeah. Like your minds were full. Yeah. Shannon had accepted the engagement semi-boldly, but she might have regretted that as a rash action once she cooled her head. She might have taken the ring off. I wonder if she has the ring on now. I at least want to be sure of that much. I want to know her final feelings. However, even if I do check that, it's not as if she'll be revived. I wonder what will happen to her body. After the autopsy, will probably be immediately cremated. Then I'll never be able to see her face, even her dead face, for all eternity. Are we getting a spell cast on us right now to lure us out? Would Maria be a Game Theory fan? Yeah. I think she would start as a Game Theory fan, and then she would go through the arc of realizing that their theories are a little too normy for her. Maria's favorite would have been the puppet. I feel like she would fuck with Plush Trap. I know it was in context. What was your first visual novel? Katawa Shoujo. And then Higurashi. And I did Katawa Shoujo on my own. Higurashi was the first I did on stream. This is the second one I've done on stream. I don't want Shannon's body to be burned. If she's burned, she'll turn to ash, and never again will it be possible for her to revive. They said that cremation is disliked in Western tradition, because on the day of resurrection there would be no body to revive. Oh, is that why? Huh, I haven't heard that before. Because of that, it seems that great criminals in Western history were often cremated after execution as a punishment, and their ashes were sometimes scattered in rivers and such. Chat, I want to be buried, in the earth. I want worms to eat me, bro. Let my flesh be fuel for other things to grow. Not in a box. Not in a box. You know? In other words, to Western people, death is nothing more than a sleep until the resurrection. It is essential that the corpse is left after death.
つまりそれは西洋人は死者が蘇る奇跡の存在を知っていたからなんだ。でも日本にはその奇跡がなかったから焼いてしまう。
Sorry, George, I cut you off. Now I understand. I understand why grandfather idolized the Western occult. From the beginning, it had all been only for that reason. Just to revive the person dear to him, grandfather spent the rest of his remaining life researching the Western occult. The situation surrounding us right now was abnormal. Grandfather had revived his beloved Beatrice, and that Beatrice had carried out a terrible serial murder, with chains of locked rooms that were impossible without the use of magic. The Golden Witch, Beatrice, the incarnation of the miracle of the Western occult, and also the culprit who killed Shannon. I should hate that being, and yet for some reason I want to cling to the hope she represents, because then you can bring Shannon back, yeah. I wonder if she could use that miraculous magic that grandfather spent his life on espousing to revive Shannon. According to the Oshiramiya family legend, grandfather met with her long ago and was given a vast quantity of gold. Well, and it's ironic, because that's what Virgilia and Battler and Beato are talking about on the meta layer, right? They're talking about how, like, the use of endless magic can be used for happiness, and like that's what George is hoping for and clinging to, is the idea that it can be used for good, to like bring him peace and closure and emotion, you know, emotional positivity and whatnot. And the thing is, like, yes, it could be used for good, but also, you know, the person that has control of the most of it right now is not trying to use it for good. Then if I also met her, instead of gold, would she give me Shannon's life? In return, she could impose any kind of devil's contract. For that, I would sacrifice all of my remaining life. Eva Tadariche knocks on the window. George probably couldn't have believed or noticed that, right behind him, the witch herself stood, listening to his voiceless wish. Yeah, ask and ye shall fucking receive, bro. Oh, this one! I'm cool with that. Beatrice had been listening to everything George and the others had to say since their discussion just now in the cousin's room. Okay, I thought it would be Eva Tadariche, and I was scared. Slow burn pacing of the genre ever get outright tedious for you? Yes, it definitely can. That's one reason I like having chat so much. Because like I could never record myself doing a visual novel because I just need more stimulation as a person. And that's also why I spend so much time like fucking around in here, because that helps like keep me stimulated so that I can stay engaged, you know? It's a little different, like, because I remember when I did Katawa Shoujo, I played it when I was just like chilling in like a Discord voice call playing it, you know, and just like hanging out. It's a little different when you're kind of on your own, but like in a recorded sense where I'm like, I definitely, the pacing requires that I'm like bouncing around a little bit. That's like how I cure it. Beatrice had been listening to everything George and the others had to say since their discussion just now in the cousin's room. She's trying to actually learn. She's learning on her own. Battler had told her that she didn't know the weight of a human's life, and wanting to understand that in her own way, she had stealthily visited and listened to their discussion. How old was I when I played Caught Up? Probably like 19. 19, 20.
それが願いだというのか。
I do need Family Guy.
それを叶えればわらわは
You're
魔女だと
learning! You're
認められるの
learning,
か。
Beatrice. Beato looked at the palms on both of her hands. She had handed over most of her previously surging magic power when the new witch had succeeded the name of Endless Witch. Of course, even now her magic power was still made her worthy of being called a witch, but it did not even compare to her previous strength.
無限の魔法などなくともわらわは
Well,
千
and
年
like
に名を
magic's a
轟
lot
か
based
す
on
大
belief,
魔女であ
right?
る
So
ぞ。
like, what if we just believe really hard that we still have the endless magic? You know what I mean? What if we just believe it really hard?
死者を蘇らすなど
Okay.
造作もないこと。
Okay, doing a good deed of your own volition? Inside her head, she thought about several magic methods for reviving the dead. Even magic that she could do easily in the past would be difficult with her current magic power. She thought of something, then clicked her tongue and repeated this several times. In the end, she finally thought of a single spell. But that was a spell that she couldn't use by herself. It was a spell that witches with weak power used that relied on the aid of others. In the past, Beato had looked down upon that type of magic. Therefore, she frantically tried to think if there really wasn't any other possible spell. But in the end, she couldn't think of one and slumped over in self-derision. And then, careful not to surprise him, she softly called out. Softly to George's heart. Oh my god, she's actually doing something ethically good. She'd bring in George into the meta layer.
後ろ宮ジョージわらわの声が
This is fucking crazy.
聞こえるとも。あなたは
Yo, this is crazy! George has entered the meta layer! Oh my god, sound the alarm bells! George is in the meta layer! I'm putting this gotta go on the board. This is a monumental moment. George has entered into the meta layer. Congratulations. Congratulations, George. Holy infinite aura. Okay. Okay. Okay.
本当に魔女のベアトリーチェ
Is it a George upscale or a Beatrice downscale? I mean, to be fair, Beatrice's already been downscaled so much, bro. She was even just talking about how downscaled she is a second ago, bro. Thank you, CHX, for the follow. Thank you, thank you.
それとも僕の悲しみが生んだ幻想なのかもしも前者だったなら
Fuck with this music. What's the name?
僕の願いを聞いてほしい
I said, what's the name? Oh, I right click? I forgot. You would think I would know how to control this. Distant, bro? I feel like I'm on an adventure, bro. Doesn't it just like entice you into an entire thing?
そして後者なら
Chat, trust the process. The notes will survive.
僕をそっとしておいてほしい
I gotta reformat it all anyways. Okay. If it's the former, I want you to hear my wish, and if it's the latter, just leave me alone. Conversations in the world of the mind are a lot like those in a dream. When you dream, haven't you ever had the experience of casually accepting something that would have been absurd in the real world? Yep. The conversation in this world was like that. Like, whenever I dream, I have, like, a girlfriend in some of my dreams, and it's kind of, like, accepting that thing that will never happen in the real world, you know? So even though a witch appeared and started talking to George, he was not surprised.
わらわの黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェである本来わらわとそなたはこうして会話を交わすことなどできぬしかしそなたがわらわのことを強く意識し会話を望むからこうして互いのチャンネルを合わせることができる
Thank you, Jester. Thank
シ
you.
ャノンを殺したのがあなたなのかあなたを名乗る何者かの仕業なのか僕はどうでもいいただあなたが本当の魔女として存在しているならば
I have not
ど
read
んな
that.
対価にも
Malazan,
応じ
I
る
have not.
僕の命を望むなら今すぐ
Yo,
に
George,
捧げ
wait,
て
wait,
もい
wait,
い
wait, wait.
どうかシャノンを生き返らせてほしいそれが無理ならせめてわずかの間話をさせてくれるだけでもいい お願いだ。
対価はいらぬ。その願い
Thank you, Beatrice.
叶えて使わそう。
本当にシャノンを。
うん。だが反言の魔法を扱うには今のわらわには魔力が足りぬ。だからそなたの手を借りねばならぬ。
僕にできることならどんなことでも。
Rokinjima Island.
それが僕の心臓を今すぐこの場で取り出すことであったとしても僕は躊躇しない。
そんなものいらぬというのにわらわは魔法を唱える。さすれば冥府の扉に隙間ができよう。だが今のわらわにはその隙間よりシャノンの魂を連れ出せるほど
The
の
door
力は
to
ない。
Hades. Hades doesn't sound like heaven. Bring her soul up? Oh, we're all going to hell? Okay. I guess that's kind of been the thing for a while, is that everybody's been sent to hell, but like, Jesus Christ.
しかし
He's about to do an entire go down, go to Hades, go down, bring her back up, look behind her, she disappears because he loves her too much story? Are we dead ass, bro? Are we going mythological up in this bitch?
その思いを魔力に変えて
Oh my god, no, we're sending him down to Hades to grab Shannon? Just tell him you can't look back though.
どうだ。わらわを手伝う。
手伝うとも。
Show my boy, yeah.
シャノンの命
Elysium
が
is
蘇
still in
るな
Hades?
ら
Okay, never
僕
mind.
は何を失う
Baby
こと
girl
も
in
恐れない。
Elysium? We chillin'? Yeah, which like mythos are we using? George's fists shook in silence. Then he slowly regained consciousness. He had been absent-mindedly standing near the window in the hall the whole time, his mug still in his hand. And the witch from his dream was still there.
そんな夢じゃない。
静かにせよ。今のわらわはとても脆い。この上さらに他の人間まで現れたら姿を保ちきれぬ。そなたの願いは叶えるから。
Here's the door to
今は
Hades!
沈黙せよ。よいと。
Oh, but dude, George covered his mouth with both hands, forcefully nodding several times. George going to hell was not on my... Well, I guess that actually would have been on my bingo card. Anyways, George covered his mouth with both hands. As he did, he almost dropped the mug he was holding. George frantically juggled it around and caught it. He was afraid that if it fell to the floor and made a loud sound, the witch's form might disappear like a bubble popping. He softly set the mug on the floor and stared once again at the witch in front of him. Her form didn't disappear. It wasn't a dream.
さあ、シャノンが眠る客室へ行くぞ。
Oh my god, Beatrice, what if Eva Terice finds us walking around, dude? And then Beatrice is like, hold up, I'm doing something with this guy. And then Eva Terice is like, damn! Do you think you can tell me what to do? Like, we could easily run into that problem. General terminology for the afterlife and underworld? Heard.
そなたの思いの力にて彼女の魂を連れ戻すのだ。
行くってどうやって。
Okay.
下には母さんたちがいる。表へ出るのを許してくれるわけがない。それにあなたはさっき他の人間が現れたら姿を保てないと言わなかったかい。
そういえばそうだったな。下にはクラウスたちがおったか。それでは確かに下へ降りられぬな。
Beatrice is working with George to reunite him with Shannon because she's that down bad for Battler.
屋敷へ行けばいいではないか。
Ain't that a fucking trip? Buto laughed as though she had thought of a pleasant prank. And with her golden pipe, she lightly tapped a window with its shutter closed. Clunk, unlocked. When she did, 3 gold butterflies appeared from the pipe and opened the lock on the window as though melting it. Here they are. Then the window opened without a sound. The shutter beyond it was exactly the same. The clasp unset itself, also without making a sound, and it quietly opened. The window opened, exposing the wind and rain outside the mansion. Perhaps because of the direction or something related to the construction of the building, the wind did not blow inside. Because of that, for a while, George felt as though this entrance opening to the outside was a dream or illusion, and he couldn't accept it as real.
さあ行くぞ。
It's so crazy that
ついてまいる。
I'm actually cool with us hanging out. Hello, baby girl! Bito gently floated upwards. It was a natural action like that of a diver enjoying an underwater stroll. It made it easy to believe that if you acted like she did, you too might be able to float in the sky just as though you were swimming in the water. No, George did believe that, so without thinking, just as she had done, he also gently, as though swimming in the water, he moved his feet. It's like it parallels Eva Torice doing this with Rosa earlier. A witch flying around with somebody else, but with Rosa, it was tormenting her, but with this, it's like an actual gentle, like, sweet thing. Georgia Natural! George was shocked to find himself floating in midair like he was swimming. Of course, Byato was also shocked that George, who should have been unacquainted with magic, had learned how to do it just by instinct. See, like, look, she's smiling! Beatrice, don't you see that you're smiling right now? Like, doing this, like, you don't only smile when you're cruel, baby girl. Don't you feel good right now? Swimming through the air with your boy George? Come on, Beatrice! What's up, Adam? Coaching your boy George? Yo, don't even name drop Newton and Einstein, bro. You're gonna get it twisted.
高き空を飛んでいる時に墜落する未熟な魔女も時におる。
あるがままを受け入れる。あるがままを受け入れる。
George repeated those words over and over. He must not deny magic no matter what. God. To deny that would be the same as to throw away what might be. Are we gonna have... Okay, are we gonna have Battler on the meta layer be, like, denying magic and then seeing this happening? Like, that's... You know what I mean? Because we've talked about that with Virgilia. That was Virgilia's clue towards Beato. Was, like, if you really want him to accept you as a witch, maybe you should be a different kind of witch. And then even him in the last conversation was like... You know what I mean? And so that's gonna put Battler into a bit of a divergence point, you know, with how he responds to this situation if he gets to see it, you know, because there might come a point where he has to like accept magic to let something really beautiful happen, you know. To do that would be the same as to throw away what might be his first and last chance to revive Shannon. However, compared to Beato, who was elegantly drifting like smoke, George's movements were clearly similar to someone underwater. Therefore, if he didn't make a movement like kicking his feet in water every once in a while, he would be slowly dragged down by the force of gravity. He's treading water, bro.
Damn,
you're humble! George fell from a high place. Beato beckoned to George and gently flew into the stormy sky. It was just like a scene from a fairy tale. The scene unfolding before George's eyes felt entirely like an extension of his dream. I'm thinking of Totoro, bro. I've been thinking of Totoro so much with Umineko for some reason.
空を飛べるのはすごいけど、すごい風と雨だ。
なんだ。雨と風に苛ま
I
れ
think it's
る。
kind of nice.
それを防ぐ魔法を教えてもよいが、今のそなたには早いし。
Let's teach my boy more
今はそれを
spells!
習う時間を割くの
Let's get some warlocks up in this hoe.
ええ、僕が必要としている魔法はそれじゃない。
Without losing to the wind and rain, George wore a strong-willed gaze.
見えてきたぞ、屋敷だ。もう少し頑張れよ。今落ちれば。
I'm scared of Ego
バラの
Todoriche.
茂みだぞ。
The undulating rose garden was spread beneath the witch and George's gazes. This fantasy-like scene no longer surprised George. Only the gradually approaching mansion was reflected in his eyes. It is so, like, mystical, bro. This entire scene.
待ってて。必ず君を蘇らせてみせる。
I'm scared of Eva Todoriche getting in the way, though. The two bunny girl snipers being like, Oi! I see somebody fly in! This is a no-fly space! That's what I'm saying! It's not okay! We're... Meanwhile, the cruel new witch could be seen sitting at the guest house from a different location. She doesn't know! We're good! She doesn't know! She doesn't know. It's a different location. We're good. We're good. We're good. We are good.
あと 残すは大
She
の
doesn't know
第
that
8
George has
の
been
番
peeled
だ
out,
ね
bro. Clutch.
あと2人で先代のババアの義理はおしまいだわ。クラウスと夏日を殺す。
Okay, I'm cool with
夫
that.
婦仲良くね。
Sure. You love be killing couples. Probably because you feel bad about losing Hideyoshi, huh?
にひ標的はどうかにゲストハウス1階ロビーにて標的2名と後ろ宮エヴァを捕捉半馬砲力測定
Measuring
410
anti-magic
データリンク
power. Data link.
410
They're so
データ
fucking
14
technical, bro.
半
Why
馬
are
砲
they
力は
like...
極めて小エヴァさえ席を外せばまな板の上のマグロにアワビですにひひひひいかがしますか大ベアトリーチェ卿ご命令をいただければすぐにも狙撃いたしますどうかご命令を
Man, why are all the demons such
本
baddies?
当にあんたたちは便利な家具ね。死体を恥じるしか能の
Oh
な
my
い中古家具
god.
どもとは大違い
You
だ
know,
わ。
she's right there, bro.
ねえ
Don't make her say yes, you're right.
シエスタ姉妹またあなたたちの
Oh,
手際を見せ
poor...
てちょうだい
Again, crazy sentence for
攻
poor
撃
Lucifer.
準備よ死体はまた運び出してねたっぷり遊んであげるんだから文句はなしよロノウェイ
Get those shark teeth and put them away.
かしこまりました。
At the time, the witch noticed something. As though some presence had disappeared. Maybe Beatrice and George? Was it her imagination?
今何か気配を感じなかった誰か感じた人いる
申し訳ありません
Dang, that was a high level
私は
presence
何も気づきません
detection.
でした
Is Runaway a baddie? The baddest. No,
私
literally
た
the
ち
baddest.
ゲストハウスを観測中でしたから周辺監視はオフにしてますにひルシファーちゃんは
Don't ask,
何か気配感じた
bro. They're just what? For just an instant, Lucifer sent a glance at Runaway, questioning whether she should answer honestly or not. Oh, did she feel it? Runaway gave a small nod in response.
いいえ、申し訳ございません、ベアトリーチェさ
Are
ん。
they covering?
私たちは
Or I think that's maybe honest because they look
中古
power
家具
scaling,
ゆえ
but who knows?
愚鈍な
But it
ことを
low-key feel like
お
they're
許しください
covering. Eva Torice might know, bro. That
大
was an
悪魔の
inside
あなた
check.
がそう言うなら
Oh,
き
scary.
っと私の気のせいなんでしょうね
The witch stared persistently in the direction the presence had disappeared to. That was the direction of the rose garden, which is where they're flying. And beyond that, she could sense the mansion's dark silhouette created by lightning. She could see the silhouette. It took her quite some time before she pushed her unsatisfied feelings aside. And once again, turned to face the guest house. Ah! No clock sound. Real magic. The guest house lobby had been engulfed by silence. The strings of tension which bound Kraus, Natsume, and Eva had already loosened. They were completely tired, and their consciousness was beginning to waver. Mid-break session? Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you asking for a BRB? Are you asking to use a bathroom? Check DMs. Oh? Oh? That's not a terrible idea, but I don't know if I have it like completely ready. That's something to do. Wait, what do you mean mid-break session? Are you just asking for a BRB? I'm fine with I'd be down for a little BRB real quick. I'm fine with a little BRB. Asking you shall receive, Chad. I'm a present witch, okay? I am just like Beatrice right now. I'm not on my torturing people grind set. If people are like, waiter, may I go see Shannon and have a quick BRB? Sure. Let's do it real quick, man. I'm just gonna eat some of my euro and like chill out for a few minutes. That's a good idea. Alright, Chad, I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat. Let's get back into it. Ugh. I ate some of my food, put my food away, went downstairs to put my food away, grabbed a little drinkus, little protein drinkus, pet the cats. It was a wonderful little break. Ooh. Whew. Alright. Let's walk in. Every once in a while, they would stand up and walk around pointlessly, fighting their drowsiness.
大丈夫ですか、エヴァさん。
Natsui and Kraus are going to get slimed out.
やはり無理をせず休んでいてください。大丈夫だって言ってるわ。
Oh my goodness, so Dachi
も
is
う
so
大人は私たち
good.
3人しかいないのよ。休んでる暇なんかないわ。
Yeah, that previous shot with like the big window in the back was cozy as fuck.
石にかじりついてでもここを死守するわよ。
Eva is struggling. She spoke a brave line, but she couldn't hide her rough breathing. It seemed that the fever, which had been calmed with medicine for a time, had returned. Yo, call Nanjo! It was very obvious that Eva's condition was not good.
無理はするな。せめて目を閉じていたまえ。もし起こさねばならぬ時は必ず起こしてやるから。
だから平気だって言ってるわ。放っておいて。
Oh. Oh, baby girl. It seemed that she had now become stubborn. Kraus and Natsui realized that no matter what else they said to her in her current state, it wouldn't reach her ears. Be nice to Kraus! So they decided to say nothing more and whatever, and let her be. To Eva right now, even an argument like that was putting a burden on her. It would probably be better for her if she just sat there with her mouth closed. As a matter of fact, Eva was already on the point of succumbing to her drowsiness. She might have talked back with a temper because she was trying to encourage herself and throw off her sleepiness. The clock would very soon be pointing to 6 in the afternoon. Because she had been snacking over and over again to fool her drowsiness, she didn't feel hungry. But instead, her lack of sleep made it feel like it was 6 in the morning rather than the afternoon. Even supposing that the boat would come at precisely 9 in the morning tomorrow, there was still more than 12 full hours to go. That was a dizzyingly long stretch of time. Long, painful, hot. Even the sound of the clock torments my body now. In times like this, he would put his hand on my forehead and the fever would always fade at once. Okay, Eva. But he isn't here anymore. As Eva's mind grew foggy, she was once again gripped by a deep sadness. She had already cried herself dry. Even so, the sadness from losing her beloved husband had not been exhausted.
私は間違っていたんだわ。
I really love how much Eva and Hideyoshi actually love each other. You know what I mean? Like, compared to, like, well, I don't know. Like, Kraus and Natsui, I'm a little unsure about Kraus, right? And then, like, Rosa and Unknown, obvious situation. And you'd kind of think that Eva Psycho, like, has no actual feelings for Hideyoshi, but, like, it's really cute how much they love each other. Oh, what's up with you?
どうして？
Originally, the new witch had been the same being as Eva. If Eva talked to her, she would always respond.
私は後宮家の当主の座さえ得られれば、それで満足のはずだった。
You give a mouse a cookie, bro.
あの黄金の
You've
山を
given
見た途端に
Oshiramiya
欲が
10
増え
tons
た
of
の。
gold, bro.
あの黄金の山を独り占めしたい気持ちに駆られた。
それは恥じることでも何でもないわ。だって後宮家の当主として当然の権利じゃ
I
ない。
was thinking of a different song. No, I'm
他
thinking of
の
the right
誰
song.
にも
It's right here.
黄金のひとかけらだって譲るものかってのよ。
The little piano, the piano, the piano? I love this song. Which one is this? Melody instrumental version.
私がその誘惑にとらわれたから、あなたが生まれてしまったんだわ。あなたは私の少女時代の心であると同時に自分勝手でしかない私のよこしまな心でもあった。そのあなたがあの黄金の山によって芽生えた私の愚かな欲
She's
望の
confronting her
せいで
demons right now like
私
crazy.
の胸という卵の殻を破りこの世に生まれ出てしまった。 あなたを産んだのは私の
I'm
責
to
任。
blame for giving birth to you is
私が殺
crazy.
したローザとマリア
What a
も
line.
そしてルドルフとキリエと秀吉も
We have to accept it, Eva. You have to accept it.
どうしてうちの人まで殺したの？
Because I feel like if we're ever going to like win this like soul battle, I feel like if we're gonna win this soul battle, you have to accept that like you killed him in a sense, you know? Like if we can just like look that shit in the face and then draw it back into our heart, maybe we win the game without having to blow our own brains out. Man, the voice actors and actresses are so fucking good at the like the ugly cry sound. You know? Like it's not like a dignified like it's like, oh, you can feel her like hunching over, you know?
秀吉を殺す気はなかったわ。だってうるさくてしつこかったんだもの。その意味では私たちの、いえ、あなたの責任ね。あんなのを旦那に選んだあなたの責任だわ。
あなたみたいな子供にあの人の良さはわからないわよ。あなた。
何よ。私たちは魔法で夢を叶えたのよ。気分の謎を解いたわ。
She's like, damn girl, but we got the gold!
当主の
What the fuck
指
you
輪を
crying
手に
about?
し
We
た
got gold!
すべての夢を叶えきったわ。それがなんで不満なの？
それだけが全ての夢なんかじゃないわ。あの人と素敵な人生を歩んでジョージに素晴らしい人生を託す妻として母として私にはまだ叶えなければならない夢がたくさんあるのよ。それなのに
それはあなたが大人になってから勝手に増やした夢
Yeah,
だわ。
extra dreams are as good as the
私
first
たちの夢
dreams.
じゃない。
Oh my god, but you were saying that, dude, and earlier she was like, oh, that wasn't me, that was
自分さえ良けれ
you.
ばいいの？
Yeah, no, like, or literally she was like, and that's no, your fault. It's your fault for choosing a husband like that. Like, baby girl is refusing responsibility for her own stuff and then being like, oh, no, these are my dreams, and that's your dreams. Those are separate. Like, I don't know, bro. Just kill her.
そうよ。
Just kill
全
her,
て
bro.
私が悪い
Her
の
inner
よ。
child is out of control, bro.
あの時ローザの言うことにどうして私は反抗したの？どうして兄弟みんなに黄金を見つけたと発表できなかったの？全て私が醜いから。
She's accepting though. She's facing it. She's facing it, which is
よこ
awesome.
しまな心があなたを
It
吹か
feels
させ
like
て
too
しまっ
late, but
た。
I really love that she's still getting to have the moment.
ひどい嫌われようだわ。私たちは二人で後ろ宮エヴァなのに。
いいえ、もう違うわ。そしてそれはあなたが言ったのよ。私は後ろ宮エヴァ。そしてあなたは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。だからもう消えて。魔女なんておとぎ話の中にしか存在できない妄想よ、幻想よ。
Damn. Even though both of us together make up Oshiro Miya, she calling out the contradiction fast. Well played.
あなたなんか消えてしまえ。
Ooh, all caps.
二度と私の前に現れないで。
ああ、そう。わかったわ。あなたの前から消えてあげるわ。そして私はもう後ろ宮エヴァじゃない。これからは黄金の魔女
I don't know, bro. Your name still says Eva
もう好き
Beatrice
勝手に
on it.
遊んでやるんだから。
I don't know.
あんた
1
なんて
minute
知
to
らないわ。
hydrate.
へそでも噛んで勝手に死んじゃえば。
You gonna kill her? We'll see. Okay. They broke up. After having a fittingly childlike tantrum, the witch who had once been another Eva vanished. Only Eva was left behind in the darkness. And she questioned herself.
私なの。私が彼らを殺したの。あの人を殺してしまったのも私が
Aww.
殺してしまったの。
Now that question was one she herself would never answer. Eva is She's going through it so much in this episode. There's the hydrate. I've seen that half asleep she had gotten some saliva caught in her windpipe just as she was dozing off. Eva suddenly started coughing. You know shit is bad when you broke up with yourself. Dude, really? That is actually so facts. We got Battler breaking up with Beatrice. We got Eva and Beatrice. How long until Kraus and Natsui break up, bro? I got my alarm set for that date. Natsui, some water, please. This is them redeeming hydrate. Look, they're redeeming hydrate right now. Trust nobody, not even yourself. Eva pushed away Natsui's hand as she tried to rub her back and unsteadily rose to her feet. Aw, Natsui, you're so sweet. I love Natsui protective instincts. She's so good at, especially in episode 1, she's protecting all the kids. And then here, she's trying to even protect Eva, who's been like really rude to her. She's like actually so maternal. Oh! Goat to downscale this late in the episode? Damn! Goat to downscale with his cooking skills? Really? I was not prepared for that. Eva exited the lobby, heading for the lavatory. Cross and Natsui watched over her frail back. Natsui, I love you.
本来兄とはこういうものではないのかね。
ええ、それで正しいと思います。
エヴァに限らん。ルドルフにもローザにも。私がした兄らしいことといえば。
Oh my god, even Kraus is self-reflecting this late in the game? Give me some Kraus self-reflection, hell yeah.
父のようになりたくて。
Oh my god! Wait, Kraus is being a real human. Okay.
しかし、それは言い訳にならん。エヴァにもまだ傷が癒えるほどに
Yes, all of them, actually. Yes, without question.
悔いているが、今さらそれを詫びたところで。
This is the one I never would have gotten on my bingo card. Kraus being a real person? Yeah, no way.
今だけでなく持ち続けることでその気持ちはきっと
Oh, Natsui with the good
他の兄弟
advice
たちにも伝わりますよ
True, yeah, he never lives that long. That's so facts, actually. They don't get the time to have character arcs most of the time.
もしあなたとあなたのご兄弟が生
Damn.
まれた家が
Who's a better mom, Rosa or Natsui? Natsui. That's crazy. Do your own bingo card unironically for each episode? That would be funny. That line, this feels like the most like, being born into the Oshiramiya family itself is a curse kind of thing. Oh, man. That is a good idea. That'd be funny to maybe do for episode 4.
それを言ってはならん。エヴァは生涯、私を憎み続けるだろう。そしてその資格が。
It's like, what's the point of like the Oshiramiya family, the gold, all of it? Like, it's just bringing us pain and like hate to each other. You know?
あなた。
エヴァ、すまん。
Damn!
もちろん、許さなくていい。
Oh fuck, I missed it.
もちろん許さないわ。何を言う
No, don't slam him out right after they just had an entire thing. Oh my god, it's over. It's over. I need to give him a little bit of this. All he's currently got is fucking Delsny adult, okay? We have to give him an actual... Let me give him some actual stuff. Let's see. Episode 3, sorry for being terrible older brother. You know, that's cute, that's meaningful, and then Eva Torichi is gonna about to show up, you know, and just be like, T-Money, I got a sniper trained on your position. They're the best assassins west of the Mississippi. You're done. You're cooked. Dance with the moon rabbits. Uh-oh. Them the assassins I talking about. Okay. Target acquired. Do that. Combo blast. I wish I was that golden bow rod, whatever it is. The things I would do to be this golden rod right now, dude. Oh my god. Like, I don't even need to survive afterwards, bro. Whatever it takes, bro. Fire away! Fire away! Boom! Together the sisters released the red magic bowstring. A beautiful tail trailed the golden arrow and it drew a beautiful curve as it flew. It was just like a golden snake. Bunny girls harder than cat girls? Yes. It skillfully avoided a grove of trees and flew towards the front door of the guest house. And then it carefully unlocked the door. Oh, even better. Then it flew into the keyhole of the door and snuck into the guest house without any problem at all. I knew it'd do some fuck shit, bruh. I knew it'd do something. The gold snake raced down the hall smoothly, yet as fast as an arrow. Right in front of it was the door to the lobby. It would only need to fly into that keyhole and cross the Natsui would be right there. Is somebody gonna stop it? For an instant, Cross thought he saw the door's keyhole sparkle gold. Nope, we're cooked. However, at the same time he strained his eyes to see what it was, that sparkle bent like a whip and attacked, wrapping itself around Krause's neck. Damn. Well, just looking at the gold snake looked very supple. However, it was as though a wire had tied around Krause's neck. Natsui, don't give me a live Natsui reaction. Is she gonna die too fast? She doesn't even know. And while that snake choked Krause, it extended even more and also tied around Natsui's neck. Oh, baby girl. Without even the chance to scream, their eyes bulged as they went into convulsions and then collapsed. No, and then please don't take their corpses back to Eva Torice. Just end it there. Please just end it there. No, not the towing curve. Not the towing curve. The gold snake began to drag Krause's and Natsui's corpses back. What, through the fucking keyhole? It slipped through the door to the corridor, dragging the corpses gradually increasing in speed. Bro, Battler walking down the stairs to piss, just sees the fucking things fly past. That'd be so funny. Dr. and Nanjo looking out the window, seeing both their corpses dragged through the mud with one straight long line. Oh. And in the blink of an eye, I had pulled them outside the guest house. Tiester 45 or Natsui? Natsui, bro. Shout out my girl Natsui. So the lobby was still as though nothing had happened at all. As though Krause and Natsui had never been there to begin with. Only the sound of the wind and the rain remained, as though feigning ignorance and pretending that they had been the only ones here there. Who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna tell her? Eva returned from the laboratory, but no one was in the lobby, even though they had been in that sofa until the very moment she had choked and gone to the lavatory. They had now gone as if they had been an illusion from the beginning. Everybody might be an illusion from the beginning. We might all already be dead, bro. I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how, but... Giester 45 or Rosa? Wait, which one's 45 again? 45! Oh, 45. You're telling me 45 or Rosa? Yeah, 45 any day of the week, bro. Rosa beats her child, unironically. And this one's a bad bunny girl with crazy thighs and got them long boots on, bro. You know how much, like, liquid I could pour into these boots and then sip out of them? I could pour an entire carton of milk, an entire gallon of milk into her thigh highs, right? And then drink from them. She could be my milk tap. Wouldn't that be exceptional? She kills people. Oh, no, yeah, she can drown me. It's fine. I don't care. Talk about it. Wait, what? Anyways. That or the child beater. Yeah, it's a simple equation. Like she was pretending to be in a detective novel, Eva put her hand on the sofa. She felt a warmth indicating that they had been sitting there until a short while ago. Maybe they had gone to do the rounds or something. For the time being, Eva sat down and waited for their return. Yeah, they're gonna return. These are the last two, though. We all get to go to the Golden Land. Unless Eva Terrice, like, gets pissed. I mean, Eva Terrice and Eva might... Oh, yeah, I forgot these two were doing their whole thing. Oh, my God. Beato and Gorgay could be seen in the parlor... Man. Beato and George could be seen in the parlor of the mansion. George is kneeling near Shannon's body as though praying. Burn Castle or Lambda Delta? I am not gonna sexualize you. Wait, have we been sexualizing them? We're sexualizing them, right? I just talked about pouring an entire carton of milk down her shoes. Yeah, I think we've been sexualizing them. But who would I rather have as my best friend between Burn Castle and Lambda Delta? Burn Castle. I do not trust Lambda Delta's ass, okay? I don't know what kind of off-brand Satoko you are, but you are not my Satoko. Beato and Gorgay. Wait, what? George was kneeling near Shannon's body as though praying. His face was sincerity itself, and there was even the sweat on his forehead. However, Beato was the same. Beato earnestly praying over Shannon's body. Yearning for your boy makes you go crazy places, huh? Now that she'd been handed her name over, most of her previous power had been lost. Of course, she still had more than enough power to be called a witch, but compared to the past, it was a very faint thing. I'm so glad that Umineko's like... Umineko is so much better at like, not repeating stuff than Higurashi. Remember, that's like my biggest complaint about Higurashi? Like, this is technically a repeat of what they said last time, but notice how it's just one sentence, and then we move on. I feel good, bro. Oh yeah, I get to kill people now. Yay, 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 yay. Chat, if you're on YouTube, you're spared from the Devil's Roulette, but maybe that's a reason to jump to Twitch. Come on, where's the fun if you're not gambling, bro? Pop over to Twitch. Alright. Random timeout. Tries her sisters. She asked her sisters, currently currently coordinating targets. Alright, and one. Sweet EXC. You were the Kraus. Who's gonna be your Natsui? Who's gonna be your Natsui? Wait, it didn't work. Wait, it didn't work. She asked her sisters fire another round. And Halula Loop. Halula Low Loop. Rest in peace, Halula Low Loop. Is what it is, bro. Is what it is. The rest of you, you've survived the Devil's Roulette, bro. Chat, that means the rest of us, I think, are gonna make it to the Golden Land. Beato giving elite comms to George right now. FBI's wrong about that. If he did say that. We're not falling for that bait. That is bait. That is bait. George and Beato are having a crazy moment right now. Only your strong feelings can make my magic reach Shannon's lost soul. Lost soul, Binding of Isaac reference. George maintained a single-minded focus. He kept frantically yelling inside his heart, trying to call back the soul of the person he loved. He strongly envisioned his soul leaving his body and searching for her as she wandered through hell. When you were choosing someone to hold the leash, that's hilarious. Beato turned that strong force into magic power, supplementing her own magic. It was magic that, in the past, she could have performed easily without anyone's help. But now, if she didn't rely on someone's help, she wouldn't be able to finish the chant, much less succeed. Something about how, like, when we work together, we do good things, you know? I don't know. Something about teamwork. Something about teamwork. Look how cute she is when she's, like, straining herself. Doesn't she look extra cute right now, chat? Cute girl. An even more strained expression than George's had risen to Beato's face. She was still forgetting this, but the magic to revive a life is fundamentally the ultimate hidden art. It was her previous magical power, giving her the ability to use that magic over and over at the snap of her fingers that wasn't normal. Therefore, the heavy burden to her body and mind was, by rights, absolutely to be expected. I can't believe she's lost all her aura. Oh, that's not a bad idea, guys. George upscale? George upscale? Are the mods Pink's furniture? Exactly. Exactly. I am the owner of a house. The chatters go into different rooms in the house, right? There's the Twitch chat room, the YouTube room, the basement is Kick, all right? There's like 1 or 2 people down there sometimes, and it's like, I don't know how they're getting into there. There might be homeless or something. And then the mods are all the furniture. And like the servants, like Goat Da and stuff, you know what I mean? Chat, which one of my mods is Goat Da? The mods wish they were as cool as Goat Da. Sorry, that's putting the bar a bit high. I'm not even Goat Da. I'll admit it, I'm not him. The strong power pouring from George was even large enough to pass as magical power. Holy shit. At first, Beato thought it was due to the blood of the mage Kinzo. We're goat noble. However, that was probably wrong. She had a feeling that Battler had taught her that. George's power to feel sorrow for the death of his loved one arose from the way he had tried his hardest throughout his life. It comes from that belief, from the warm time spent together with Shannon, and from the size of their shared dream, promising each other their futures. That's where he gains his magic power from. Do humans really live this seriously during their one single life? Of course they do. To her, a life didn't mean anything more than the difference between the top and bottom of an Othello piece. If the black represented death, then she thought all you had to do was flip it over again and make it white. However, it was just like that broken vase. To humans in a world without magic, where they can never return it to its original form. It is very, very natural for them to bet all their body and soul on that single life. I wonder if the whole, like, kintsugi, like, gold repair to vase will ever be a metaphor brought out. That'd be cool. Ain't that something, Beatrice? Now the witch acknowledged it. He was able to hold a magical power that could not reside in witches who didn't understand the value of a life. Humanity upscale. What is this thing called the Endless Magic 4 again? Even though I call myself the Endless Witch, have I been forgetting what the Endless Magic means for a whole 1,000 years? How is this episode 3? What the fuck's gonna happen in episode 5 and 6 and 7? She looked at George's expression again. His surging earnestness was like a lightning bolt. Right now, even if George's body was burned or smashed by a waterfall, he would probably continue to pray for his beloved without minding it, without noticing it. More Has-Been... Bro, shout out Has-Been Hotel, bro. Shout out the Has-Been Hotel reactions, bro. I actually, bro, I was listening to Has-Been Hotel the other day in my car, bro. Shit's so peak. Chat, go watch my Has-Been Hotel reactions on YouTube. And the rest of them. Anyways. True, though. Okay, lockin'. For the first time, she showed respect for that power. So in that instant, all magical resistance was lost, and the enormous power of George's feelings turned into magical power in its perfect form. Infinite George upscale. George Blast! George Blast! The vase was very, very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as wow, okay, Beatrice flashback. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. But that just made me want to touch it. But the vase easily fell and smashed into smithereens. Like a popped bubble, it felt as though the time when it had possessed a form was just an illusion. It was that fragile, that easily lost, that life. I realized that because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regretted it, no matter how much I apologized, the broken vase would not return to its original form. A lost life will not return to normal no matter what happens. I was frightened by the fact that my own frivolous action, even though it had been frivolous, had stolen a life that could never be revived again. And out of pity for the lost life, I cried. Out of fear of myself who had made it become lost, I cried even more. Ooh, these lines. Out of fear of myself? She's like scared of the her that was willing to reach out for her curiosity. Scared of the self that is willing to like commit such evils. Like, she's crying because of who she is, you know? It's like that part's fully internal. I was sure that grandfather would also cry at the loss of his precious vase. I was sure that all of the people who thought fondly of grandfather would cry too when they saw him like that. By just the loss of a single life, the whole world would be filled with so much sadness. Just like a real life, of course, right? Shannon dies and George is sad and Battler is sad and it ripples out. Perhaps forever, you know? Perhaps to every single human. I cried even more at how terrible that would be. And then Virgilia spoiled her ass. I'm not even sure. Virgilia spoiled her. She needed to know suffering and sadness. Oh no. Are we supposed to know suffering and sadness? But I think suffering sucks. Umineko get into some deep thematics. Beatrice appeared and spoke.
魔法で蘇らせましょう。それで皆が幸せになれる
But what
なら
about, like,
壺
she
も
never
魔
learned
法も
consequence,
精霊
though.
たちも
But she did never learn
喜んでそのため
consequence.
に力を貸し、元の姿を取り戻
It's
す
a
で
bit
しょう。
dangerous.
さあさあ、お嬢様、目を閉じて、私と一緒にお
Alright,
歌を
everybody, say the
歌いま
chant. We
しょ
all
う。
know the chant.
さあさあ、
1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
そして思い出し
Oh,
てご
my
らん
fault.
なさい。
Come, try closing your eyes
あ
and
な
try
た
to
はど
remember.
んな姿を
What
してい
form
たの？
did you have? Oh, it's actually fun that she's using the same spell
とても
that Virgilia
美しい
used in their
姿。
backstory.
どうか私に
And she's using it to revive Shannon.
あ
She's
の
going back to
姿を
basics,
もう
bro.
一度見せておく
Episode 3, Beatrice goes back to basics. All for the sake of Battler. Oh shit, oh shit. Okay, this just getting intense. They start hitting me with a tune like this, I got a lock gun. Oh, it's funny, my garbage is full, and I just threw an empty drink onto the top of my full garbage. It bounced off. Those words of power powerfully knocked on the door to Hades. Which one is this? Soul of Soul. My god. Her previous magic had powerfully knocked on the door to Hades in the same way. However, back then it was horribly violent, and earned the displeasure of the peacefully sleeping dead. However, this time was different. Oh, shit. It was very powerful, but it was very kind and loving. Oh my god, we're in Hades. This is motherfucking Hades right now. The dead near the door opened their eyes and called out to the other dead that there was a voice calling for someone to come back. Oh, and like, now that it's done with love, they're calling out, they're like still helping each other, right? Like, all of the spirits of the dead are reaching out to each other to like echo that love, you know? Love begets love. The sadness of that voice calling from the outside touched the hearts of the dead, and trying to respond as quickly as possible, they searched for Shannon's lost soul. I don't even know these people, and they're making me so sad. Because that's so beautiful of them to do. And then they found it. They found the casket in which Shannon was peacefully sleeping. It truly was Shannon's soul, sleeping in the land of the dead. Inside it was inside a casket that was covered with rose petals, frozen with frost. She was sleeping in peace. The dead silently lifted that casket up. While it looked like a funeral march at a glance, it had the complete opposite meaning. It was solemn but filled with joy. It reminded the long-forgotten dead that they continued to be loved even after their deaths, and gave them all a warm sense of peace. I mean, what I just said, right? About, like, love begets love, you know? Then, as though guided by a warm light from the heavens, Shannon's body floated up out of the casket. The dead watched her go. They squinted at that warm light, giving their respect to this unknown member of the living, who had continued to hold on to his love for a person even after her death. This is the fucking first time these butterflies haven't brought me pain, bro. And before Battler comes in and says, excuse me, magic isn't real, and then the entire thing disapparates. Okay. Shannon's body was sucked into the light in the heavens and began to disappear. In the jet-black darkness of the land of the dead, the faint flickering of gold butterflies could be seen. It reminded them of the gentle stars in the night sky, which they had long forgotten. Oh, perfect timing on the OST. Oh, and the flute started coming in right when the spell's working, bro. George remembered being told that he must not say anything, and he hurriedly covered his mouth. It's literally Orpheus. It's literally Orpheus. But he's not supposed to say instead of not supposed to look. Right, because he wants so bad to say how much he loves her, you know? However, it felt like his heart was trying to jump out of his throat, because he had seen Shannon's eyelids shake slightly. And then those eyelids slowly opened. Shannon's eyes were there, but they were still covered in the frost of the land of the dead. However, the warmth of the human world, no. Like the warmth of their love, bro? Oh. The warmth of her loved one, who had called her soul back, slowly dissolved that frost. And her eyes gradually regained their sparkle. It's not even the human world, but it's their love that's doing it, bro. Then her eyes moved and recognized George. No, Beatrice, we could have been doing this kind of magic all along. As her lips shook weakly, Shannon definitely said that. The words were very faint, so much so that they normally wouldn't even have reached his ears. However, George clearly heard them. He heard his loved one, his fiancée, the one he loved most who should have been dead, call his name once again.
シャノ、僕がわかるかい？
ジョージさん、これは
Oh.
夢なの？
Oh.
いや、これは夢じゃないよ。
That OST swell was crazy!
つねっても冷めないよ。
As George said that, he softly pinched Shannon's cheek. Adorable. Adorable. It was how George had always responded in the past when Shannon had been surprised by something and had asked if she was dreaming. When Shannon felt the warm touch of George's finger on her cheek. And when George realized that the warmth of a living person had already returned to the cheek of his beloved. They both cried. Yo, fair. With what words should a pair of lovers separated by death celebrate their reunion? The words of the human world are not enough to celebrate that. True. Language is not strong enough, bro. In short, they had no need of the words of this world. Shannon sat up and the two of them simply wordlessly hugged each other. Shannon still didn't have much strength in her, and putting her arms around George's back took all she had. So George hugged her tightly to make up for that. To stop her from ever again going to a place beyond his reach, he hugged her so tightly and yet so gently. Shannon's fingers curled around George's back, and on her ring finger indeed shone the engagement ring George had given her. That strong sparkle was absolutely not the sparkle of diamond alone. There was, without a doubt, a magical power that only the two lovers could possibly feel. It was because that strong light existed that they had been able to find her casket in the land of the dead. Oh my god, it was like a beacon for her, bro. The souls of the fucking dead see the sparkle of her ring finger to find her? Oh my god, it's beautiful. And even this, Beato understood. That's all that me and Battler have been asking of you, Beato, is to understand, like, what this is, you know? That ring, no. The couple's feelings in the form of that ring had created this miracle. In that moment, George had definitely used magic. Beato had done nothing more than help him along. Whew. That magic had a magical power that could only reside in those who knew of the importance of life and trying their hardest. It was the power of a miracle that an endless witch could not know, that only the power of the finite could give rise to. By now, she had no choice but to accept it. Bro, and she's accepting the power of the finite, just like how Battler is getting closer to accepting the infinite, the endless, the witch, right? Like, she's doing some work to accept, you know? Much like Battler is, like, having that conversation. She had to accept that true magic, true magical power, existed in the place farthest away from she who called herself a Grey Witch. I also think it's really good she is accepting it, because it's probably, like, helping embolden it. Like, what we know about magic is it comes from belief, and if people are, like, antagonistic to it, it'll, like, shut down. You know? And so for her to be, like, for her heart to be open, this never could have happened. Even if she guided him along, I think her heart needed to be open like this, you know?
彼女が君を生き返らせてくれたんだ。
Beatrice-sama, this is for killing me. And this is for helping bring me back.
ありがとう、ベアトリーチェ。
わらわは何もできなかった。シャノを蘇らせた。
Look how much it's straining her to say that.
そなたの
Look how much it's straining her to say that. Oh
奇
man.
跡を成し遂げる後ろ
Yeah, bro. Shout out the Ashuromiyas, okay? There's some good in the Ashuromiyas.
確かに見届けさせ
Alright? We just gotta let them live long enough to do their
ジ
character
ョー
arc.
ジさんが私を
わらわなど足元にも及ばぬほどの
Holy humility and humble.
凄まじき魔力であったぞ。
Beatrice's feet mentioned as
わら
well.
わなどはまだまだ見習いの域
I guess George's were mentioned.
今こそ身の程を知ろうぞ。
Beato staggered backwards. Her physical strength was clearly exhausted. She had humbly said that George's power alone had revived Shannon, but Beato had also used all of her magical and physical strength. And she reflected upon how difficult it was to revive a single one of these lives. Yeah, and like, you were doing that like lickety... Exactly. Which she had toyed with however she wanted in the past. Mogged by the power of love. The couple kept each other in their tight embrace and showed no signs of letting go. Feelings that couldn't be communicated with a billion words were thus communicated between them. I love that so much. Oh my god, it's so romantic and sweet. I love, like, it's like that phrase, like, a picture, you know, a picture worth 1,000 words or whatever. A picture's worth 1,000 words. But, like, listen. Post philosophy, which for me, I mean, like, my getting my bachelor's in philosophy, like, doing my philosophy stuff. I spent a lot of time with language and, like, fighting language and wrestling language. Whether it be, like, language on a page that I'm trying to understand, or, like, language I'm trying to put on a page and I'm trying to form into what I want. And what I've learned from a lot of that process is that language really can't capture it all. I don't even know if it can capture the half of it, you know? And I've, like, personally, like, had to let go of language a lot as a vessel for understanding myself, and instead rely on, like, a more intuitive, emotional understanding. And so it's like a phrase like this that I think really resonates with that, I guess, situation that I went through. You know, with language, that relationship I have with language. A line like this, I feel like captures that so well, you know? How, like, they can't, there's nothing to be said, you know? Like, it's all self-evident. And to attempt to form it into language would, I think, more than anything, be a barrier between you and it, right? For them to even, like, talk to each other, don't they kind of have to separate out of that moment and bring their attention to each other? But their attention's already on each other. So, like, you know what I mean?
君は僕たちの恩人だ。
Okay, no, let's not say we're and you're dead, alright? The words have power, bro. Like, also, like, all...
ありがとうございます。
See, doesn't this feel good, Beatrice?
再びジョージ様に会わせてください。
Doesn't this feel good,
このご恩
Beatrice?
決して忘れません。
Does it feel wholesome and sweet?
よせよせ。
She is not
愛
comfortable.
し合う二人に感謝されては下道の極みと
She
恐
ain't
れられ
comfortable
た
with all
我々
that, bro.
はくすぐったすぎ
It's
る
ironic that I
と
share
いう
that sentiment through language, but,
わ
you
らわ
know,
のことは
that's the human experience. It's full of contradiction.
気にするな
GG.
存分に
I am large, I can contain multitudes. Shout out Walt
再
Whitman.
会を祝い合え
Is she sleeping now? Beato, who was leaning her back against the wall, slid down the wall and sat. How many centuries had it been since she had last grown this tired from using magic? And sitting, like, on the floor is very humble, too. Probably not since the first time I first succeeded in magic. Didn't Master praise me for that back then? Oh, but I myself killed that Master who praises me, didn't I? Don't be naive, Beatrice. It's, oh, I love how, like, this is so taxing and so hard on her. And her next thought is, like, didn't Master praise me for that back then? Right? After having to, like, put so much effort into it, she's thinking of praise. You know? She's thinking of something positive. So it's like, putting effort into things is kind of fun, right? Like, putting your soul on the line, putting your heart into something, and, like, really, like that good kind of tired. There is a good kind of tired. So it's cool that she's, like, feeling that again and, like, that element of praise, you know? Don't be naive, Beatrice. In the end, that's what it means to kill something, right?
ようやく魔法の使い方を思い出したようですね。
頭ん中三
What are we gonna do for episodes 4 through 8?
思い出すもん
Do we gotta fucking, like, fight Lamb to Delta or something? Like, what's
それ
happening?
よりあんた
Wait, didn't I kill you?
殺したじゃね
Wait,
えか
true?
よ現れるんじゃねえ
Not like her magic's keeping her up. How are you
あ
even
な
up
た
right
は
now?
未だに私を生かしていますよ。だ
We
からこ
win!
う
It's
して
only 3
現れられます
episodes long. Yippee!
もっともあなたの頭を撫でに来たわけでもありませんが、
無様なわらわをわざわざ嘲笑いに来たかよ。それに隠居までした魔女が今さら頭なんか撫でられちゃ他の魔女の笑いも
Those witches suck, bro. Frick those witches,
そう
right?
ですね。一人前どころか現役を退いたと豪語するあなたなのに、今頃になって魔法の使い方を覚えたなど恥ずかしくて誰にも言えません。
Post-retirement, I just learned magic, by the way.
だな
You silly
内緒にしてく
Beatrice.
れよお嬢様
Oh, she says it. That's so cute. With a sense of pleasant despondency, Beato gazed at the couple hugging each other. Yo, Battler, please tell me you're getting live Battler comms. You and Battler are gonna be making out sloppy style one day, bro. I already know. Hello? Why are we cutting to black? I'm scared. Ah! Wait! Who's getting shot at? No, they just got back! No! No! Put it down! Down! Bad buddy! Bad buddy! Put it away! No! Get down! Beatrice, get in the way! The golden serpentine arrow followed by the Tiesters. Weaved its way through the bushes at the rose garden. What? Weaved its way through the hedges. And climbed the stone steps towards the mansion's entrance. Did someone tell you to do this, bro? Aiming for the keyhole. I thought you already got all your kills. It weaved through the corridors and flew into the keyhole in the door to the parlor. No! Ah! It happened in an instant. It would have been difficult for Bieto, who was completely worn out, to have noticed it beforehand. Huh? Ah! Right before Beato's eyes, the gold snake that flew in through the keyhole spun circles around the two lovers and pierced through their two hearts with the blink of an eye. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! And with meticulous precision, that gold snake ran through that hole in Shannon's chest once more. They're doing victory laps. They're doing victory laps on Shannon's heart. Oh my god. Oh my god. The two had been pierced through the heart by the gold snake. No, by the gold sewing thread used by the new brutal witch's furniture. And that had only taken an instant, so unfitting for the amount of effort it had taken to revive Shannon. Don't you realize, Beatrice, that you used to be doing this shit, bro, all the time? Isn't this shit just piss you off? God damn! God damn, Beatrice! Don't you see now? In front of Beato's shocked eyes, the two collapsed onto the floor. And you used to be killing them for fun! You used to be doing this for fun! Don't you see what it's like to be human now? Beatrice? God damn! And they're still thankful. Isn't that beautiful? They still got gratitude even when they're getting murdered? That's what it is, bro. Damn! We just victory. Why are we killing more people? What's happening? George spent his last breath thanking Beato and died side by side with the one he loved. The gold snake, which still sewed the two in place, spun like a large cyclone, revolving around the inside of the parlor. Is she just killing everybody, like, one by one so she can do a giant death festival for a while before, like, she finishes? What are we even doing? It was searching for further kills in that room. Is it gonna go for Beato? Like... There's spit all over my monitor, by the way. There's spit all over the monitor. Then the tip of the snake met Beato's gaze. In that instant, Beato prepared herself for death. Oh my god. Just then, Virgilia stood in front of her, the fingers of both her hands drawing a mark. Virgilia is protecting Beato from the Tiester sisters' bunny girl rampage super sniper Biden blast. In that instant, gold-colored gold leaf buried the inside of the parlor. It was like a blizzard of gold. Then how do I escape if no one can escape? Do I have to, like, be a butterfly? Then I'm not a one? Target lost, get fucked, get fucked, get fucked. Personal image homing algorithm. Are y'all just doing this for the love of the game, or do we got Ibutoriche asking for more violence? They know what they're doing, bro. Oh no, the bunny girls are hitting me with their impact. Oh no. The Tiester sisters' golden bow would not let its kill escape. It would not let them block it. No magical barrier could even dream of blocking without being multi-layered. The weak point during the instant of confusion caused by Virgilia's deception magic was Beato's only chance to escape, and the only opportunity to make the sisters confuse Virgilia for Beato. As Virgilia spread her arms wide, blocking the way to her beloved disciple, the gold snake pierced through the location of her heart. Oh my god. The snake, which had snuck in through the keyhole, shot through George and Shannon, and then shot through Virgilia in an instant. Jesus Christ! Completely failed to notice as Beato escaped. Virgilia just sacrificed herself to save Beato. Huh? As soon as Virgilia saw that Beato had gone away, she expired. Beato, we gotta... I'm telling you, we gotta deal with this, Beatrice. We gotta, like, do a collab with Battler and, like, fucking do something about this Ibutoriche. She is the biggest problem of all time. The strength left her body, and like gold dust drifting with the wind, her form was erased. Byato completely erased all traces of her magical power, became gold butterflies and passed through the wall, escaping to the wind and ran outside. Yo, you kind of sound like Battler right now, Beatrice. Calling a witch a bitch? That's Battler 101. Byato felt sick from the bottom of her heart. Why? Because she had been attacked by the new witch? Probably not. Of course, she also felt sick over the loss of her master. But even more than that, Byato was enraged at the barbarism which had boorishly stolen the reunion between the two reunited lovers. Byato, you want to, like, take this one step deeper? Just one step deeper and be like, I used to do this to people? That's all I ask. Byato had poured out almost all of her magical power to reunite them. That miracle had been achieved only as a result of all that, yet it had taken such a short time to steal it away. Byato trembled at the barbarous cruelty which had ended it so fast. I mean, this is like real life when somebody has a gun and just shoots somebody. It's like, bro, each person's life, you have to eat so much food, spend so much time, go through so much shit to even remain alive, and somebody with a glicky can just take you out instantly. It pisses me off. Oh yeah, I guess I'm sacrificing 3 people? Yo, the Devil's Roulette's the Devil's Roulette, bro. Chat, if you're on Twitch, good luck, bro. The Devil's Roulette is spinning for you. Zeleshun, you have been chosen by the Devil's Roulette. Comrade Hopeful, you have been chosen for the Devil's Roulette. One more, chat, one more. Magic Nya, you have been chosen for the Devil's Roulette. And it was also the true form of the act she herself had committed up until that point. So just as strongly as Byato hated the new witch, she looked at her previous self with disgust. There it is. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Oh, damn! But now she had to escape. If she was targeted next, she would probably lose her life. And it wouldn't even be funny if the chess player, descended like a god, ended up being attacked and killed by the pieces.
45着弾確認標的資産間違いなく先代様を
Oh, faked out, faked out.
また私たちの撃墜気象が増えちまうねにひ
Yo, shut your knee up.
愛し合う二人
Shut your knee up.
で引き裂いて一度合わせて二度もう一度引き裂いて三度楽しめるだっけ
You're such a problem, Eva
そのついで
Torice.
にあのクソ
Pussy as fuck old hag. Okay, Eva Torice do be dropping bars though.
ラノウェ文句ないわよね
ございません。
Mr. Renovation knows how to be loyal to Eva
あいつは
Torice.
魔女の碑文の儀式を妨害した
She
の
did.
第一のバンド生贄を勝手に
That's
蘇らせ
actually
て
low-key
私の
valid
儀
in
式を
that.
妨害したの文句言われる筋合いなんかなんにもないわよ
Yeah.
しかしずるいなあいつは死体を残さないのねあのババアも思いっきり
That would have been
何度も
some
無限にいじめ
karma,
殺して遊んでやろうと
dude.
思
Now
った
that
の
would have been karma. Okay, what if we... Okay. What's gonna happen in episode 4 through 8? What if we just keep... Like, what if we, like... awaken the evil witch inside of each character and then, like, cure
ジョージ
them?
が来てないわよ
That'd be fire.
いつ降りたのよ
Oh, right.
いつって
Yeah. So your
俺
son
は
has been
何時
slain.
くらいだったっけ
I have really bad news for you.
確か4時か5時くらい
Anything
だったかな
crazy I missed? I have bad news
最
for
低でも
you.
1時間以上は前
I got bad news for you.
俺たち
Gangalicious.
眠くなってその後は多分居眠りしてたしでも多分ジェシカの言う通りだと思うぜ1時間か2時間くらい前だった
Nanjo, I forgot you were in the game, bro. Love you, Nanjo. Love you, Nanjo. Something hard to believe had happened. Barely Monty Eva had left for a second to visit the lavatory. Uncle Cross and Aunt Natsui had disappeared. There's no way they went hiding somewhere. We should be peeing in bottles, bro. Of course, the doors and windows had all been rigorously checked and all were locked from the inside. Not one of them was broken. And that wasn't just the first floor, the second floor was the same. Also, all the doors and windows were designed in such a way that they couldn't be locked from the outside. In other words, there was no way that Uncle Cross and Aunt Natsui had gone outside. Right. And yet they couldn't be found. Furthermore, they weren't the only ones who had disappeared. Astonishingly, George Aniki had too. George Aniki had left saying that he was going to get some more coffee. And had gone downstairs more than an hour earlier. I'd been under the impression that he was having a good conversation with Auntie Eva and the rest. But Auntie Eva, who had been in the lobby the whole time, said that no one had come down. Since all of the doors and windows are locked from the inside, it's hard to imagine that they went outside. Well, nevertheless, 3 humans had evaporated from this barricaded guest house, which had become a perfect locked room. Well, don't get me started on the locked room situation. It's hard to imagine any reason why they'd hide themselves away for a surprise prank in a situation like this. It's probably appropriate to think that they'd been caught up in this crime. George is tonight's biggest loser. When Auntie Eva learned that her only son was missing, she went half insane, running from room to room and yelling his name loudly. Fair? And Jessica, who had suddenly lost both of her parents, followed suit. Cries of George, George, and Mom, Dad were now even continuing to echo through the guest house. Deeply sad. I think George had said something about wanting to see Shannon's face. It would be reasonable to imagine that he had snuck out of the guest house and gone to the mansion. However, I don't know about Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsui. Maybe they guessed that's what happened and went to the mansion to search for him? Without even telling Auntie Eva. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before we start talking about leaving the guest house to search for them. At this point, I'd be in favor of that. I don't know any. We're just cooked at this point. We said that shutting ourselves up inside the guest house would be safe. And shut ourselves in this morning as a big happy family of 12 people. And then just slowly. And yet, now there are only 4 people here. In other words, being here does not imply safety. Well, everybody keeps leaving. But yeah. However, there's something even more important that we mustn't forget. That's the fact that all the doors and windows were locked from the inside. This is a locked room. How had they vanished from this place? Well, they kept choosing to leave. I mean, not Kraus and Natsui, but... We searched around thoroughly. However, we were unable to find any signs of anyone hiding. The 3 of them had almost certainly been taken outside the guest house. Nanjo, Battler, Jessica. Can we just go to the Golden Land, bro? Like, Beatrice, Ivatrice. Why? Like a secret door?
確かにそういう論法にもなるだろうよ。隠し扉が存在しないなんて断言は誰にもできない。しかしそういう発想に飛躍する前に俺はもっとシンプルな可能性も疑ってる。と申しますと
For some time, Battler had been opening windows, opening the shutters, and checking outside. I'm repeating this for each window.
この窓は静かだな。なるほど。この窓は他と違って建物の構造上風が吹き込まないわけか。
そのようですな。こんなにも外は風雨なのに雨も風も入ってこないとは不思議な気持ちです。
南條先生、今窓を開けた時音を感じたかい？
え？
Guys, who? Battler, look me in the eyes. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Locked room this, window that. Dude, there's 3 of us left. 4? 4 of us? I don't even know who the 4th is. Jessica, Nanjo, Battler, +1, somebody. Who the fuck is still alive? Like, there comes a point. Who's alive still? Natsui and Kraus are dead. Eva's running around. Yeah. Like, Battler. I'm amazed that we have the brain to be trying to be like, how did this happen? Let's uncover the truth. Let's figure this shit out. Hey man, all I know is that the adults that had the guns keep disappearing and there's murders happening. Like, my ass is running into the forest at this rate. Like, clearly we ain't safe. Hope I can lose them. Because that's where we're at.
気にはなりませんでしたな。
Refuses to solve locked rooms, asked to leave Rook and Jiva.
よく油が効いていると思います。
Najo's talking about how well oiled the window is. Don't you understand? Oh yes, this window is really well oiled. Bro, there's like none of us left! I mean, they're getting to the right conclusion. But... So the rain wouldn't have come in or anything? He's talking about air pressure. He's talking about air pressure! Barrer leaned down and looked at the ground below. He was searching for some sign that George had jumped down. He flew, dude. But at a glance, he didn't see any mark like that on the grass in the middle of the pouring rain. He fucking flew. Witches are real. The bunny girls have our number. And they're gonna peg us, and it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel good.
しかし扉はおろか、窓はすべて施錠されて、鎧戸まで閉まっていましたぞ。出ることは可能だ。
Talk about the chair
閉める
instead.
ことは不可能だ。
Jeez.
閉められるぜ。こうやってカチャンとな。
Better close the window and locked it as though this was perfectly obvious. Well, how would you lock it behind you? That's the...
まさかバトラさんは。
最後に中の人間が鍵を閉めれば。
You just need somebody to lock it, yeah, from the inside. The chair that hits Satoko.
しかしそれでは。
That's funny.
それでは。
Callback. If I had a nickel for every time a child was abused in When They Cry media, I would have enough money to buy every single one of the games. Nanjo turned pale and shook his head several times, because the thing that Barrer said was presenting a certain truth to him that was funny even to imagine. Inside Ajin, between us, the four of us, that one of them like locked it behind. Or they would like enter the house again, lock it, and then leave again, but they could have just always left, and that doesn't even make sense. He didn't want to stand in front of Nanjo, but after eliminating Jessica, who had been with him the whole time, it's Nanjo or Eva. Yeah, the only ones who could have done it were Nanjo and Eva.
私はそんなことをしませんぞ。誓ってもいい。
Clearly, it's Nanjo.
となると、エヴァおばさんと南條先生のアリバイ
At this point, Barrer slime out Nanjo. Use a gun too. Fuck it.
俺たちは二人とも怪しんで。 Oh
no, wait, slime out Anti-Eva. I think slamming out Anti-Eva might kill Eva to Riche, so slime them both out, fuck it. But yeah, like, what, are you and Jessica gonna, like, lock away the two adults? Like, exactly. Kill Nanjo now. Nanjo must die. No, in fact, there's a chance they could dig their own grave with it. It should have been more expedient to make it look like the culprit was outside. Expedient, yeah. Bro, you know what the real twist would be? The real twist would be if Nanjo is just Nanjo. Because we're getting to the point that I feel like Nanjo has to have something else going on. Because it's motherfucking Nanjo surrounded by the Oshiramiyas who have like a lot of depth and like so much shit going on. Nanjo just be like stroking his non. You know what I mean? He just been like joeing it up. So like, the real subversion is that there's no subversion. And he's just a guy who's a doctor who's here. You know? And he's just got caught up in this fuck shit. That's the real subversion. And to intentionally leave a window unlocked or break a door unlocked or break a window.
今日の昼にでも起これば、俺は自信満々にこの説を発表しただろうよ。だが、この段階に至っては。
Yeah, that he's just an old dude. That'd be the real subversion nowadays.
なんだこいつは。一体
Especially
何を
after
意味してやがるんだ。
post Kumasawa, bro.
この密室
PK
はよ。
post Kumasawa.
やはりその。
I wonder if Kumasawa's gonna be back walking around next episode.
なんだい、南條先生。思いつきでもいいから言ってくれよ。
Because Dr. Nanjo looked like he was trying to swallow his words despite having thought of something I urged him on. Come on, Nanjo. Spank, spank. After hearing a few several times saying it was just a foolish idea, he finally said it out loud.
イエスの。やはりこれは本当に
Magic.
魔女の仕業ではないのかと。
バカバカしい。魔女なんているわけがねえぜ。
魔女は私たちに訴えたいのです。人間にはできないことをやってのけるからこそ。
Nanjo has taken... He's made it to the end of episode 3 to realize stuff that everybody else knew at the beginning of episode 1, not even trolling. Like, dude. Nanjo, you're behind! You're behind on the times!
ゲストハウス全体の密室からの失踪は、そういう魔女からのメッセージだと感じています。考えてはならないのです。 意味なんてきっとないのです。
Motherfucking Nanjo. It's okay, Nanjo. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
恐ろしい。
It's okay. Nanjo's getting anxious. As Dr. Nanjo shook with fear, it looked like he was trying to erase the fearsome thoughts that he kept imagining one after the other. Actually, no, get scared, bro. We're in danger. We are in active danger. When we went downstairs, Auntie Eva and Jessica were enraged. And we're each making a lot of noise about leaving this place and searching for their respective families. It was a desire that naturally hits those who can no longer see their family. Auntie Eva told Dr. Nanjo and me to stay here, but I shook my head and started walking. Yeah, what, we split into 2 and 2? Like, what are we doing, dude?
もう引きこもりはたくさんだぜ。俺も外の空気を吸いたくなってきた。
ああ、行くならさっさと行こうぜ。もう
Okay.
こんなところに閉じこもってるのは真っ平さ。早く父さんや母さんやジョ
Oh,
ージ兄さんを
that's
探しに
funny.
行
The
こう。
reason I was thinking there were 3 of them earlier was because I was thinking 5 people enter the Golden Land and George and Shannon were sniped, which means we're down to 3. But I forgot that Shannon got revived, which is why we were up to 6. And then George and Shannon got sniped, which takes us to 4. Which is like, why aren't the 5 going to the Golden Land? But yeah, like that's what it was. I just realized like why I was confused about that, because I was double counting Shannon. Funny. The blood had all risen to Jessica's head. I hope it doesn't set off her asthma.
残りたい人は勝手に残ってればいいわ。
Spawn camped.
とにかく私たちは表を探してくるわ。
We got more glickies. Where are the glickies at? Give Dr. Nanjo 2 glickies. He can dual wield. I think only 1 glicky.
私もご一緒させてください。
Not that it helps, bro. Like if a gun's anti-magic enough to fight the 7 stakes of purgatory and maybe win, then we're gonna need an entire nuclear arsenal to deal with the British sisters, bro. That's how bad this is. If the alternative was holding up inside alone in the guest house whose security was by no means guaranteed, it would be better to be in a danger zone as a group of 4 people. Auntie Eva was holding the gun, moving separately from her. It was almost like asking to be made into the next victim. Ass cast of Last Survivors. I don't mind Eva and Battler. Yeah, no, we're cooked. In this way, the 4 of us decided to leave the guest house. We barricaded ourselves in, saying we'd be safe if we did, and then lost 8 people. It was almost as though this had been nothing more than a holding cell from which the sacrifices could be killed one after another. We removed the chain and locked the front door and opened it. It was already pitch black out. While there were still some lights outside which dimly lit the pathway, they didn't have enough power to illuminate the darkness that some suspicious person was likely to be hiding in.
行くわよ。
But what? Oh my god. Okay, I gotta write this question down so I don't forget it. What? I'm not ever getting called incompetent again. Either by chat or by Beatrice.
遅れても知らないんだからね。
Nanjo slander. Listen. Nanjo will 1v9. This is the time for Nanjo to actually be clutch, okay? This is like a Goat-da level redemption arc right now. Still holding her gun, Auntie Eva dashed out without an umbrella. Jessica followed after her. After looking at each other, Dr. Nanjo and I chased after them. What a sorry-ass message. Dr. Nanjo and I? What in the world is happening in this mansion on this island? Since yesterday, I've been shut up in the cousin's room in the guest house with the rest of my cousins. So I don't know anything about what's been going on outside. Just what has been happening in those places I don't know about. Outside the room, in the mansion, and on this island. Everything is occurring, everything is proceeding, and everything is ending without my knowing it. Somewhere in my heart, I had already begun to give up. Most likely, no, not one of us will see tomorrow morning. When the seagulls cry, none shall be left alive. And if I know anything by him believing that a little bit, it all but confirms it to be true. Okay, Chad, this is our spot. Chad, this is our spot. We will be finishing episode 3 next week, Chad. This will be our spot. Because apparently, the rest of the episode is all one really good banger thing. And I don't want to stream for 9 hours because I'd be sleepy as fuck. But, char, it gives us something to look forward to, bro. This episode is actually good too, bro. And we need to all be at our best, bro. Because if I go long, half of y'all end up getting snoozy and leaving, bro. I see the analytics, bro. The numbers be dropping. So yeah. Char, next Tuesday, 5 p.m. CST, episode 3, Umineko finale, bro. It's about to be fire, bro. And then other things going on, chat. If you're over on the YouTube, like the video, okay? Subscribe. If you're over on Twitch, hi, good to see you, you know? Go to YouTube if you're on Twitch. Go to Twitch if you're on YouTube. Make sure you're following me on all platforms, you know? Peep the Patreon where I'll be uploading stuff. Shit, chat, what else? I think I really need to figure out how I even want to, like, redo this all. Because, like, I really like this area, and, like, the thing is, there's just so many notes to take, that's like, where the fuck do I even take them? Will you work on the board or release the episode 2 comp? I'm down to release the comp. Chat, go subscribe to my YouTube right now. The next YouTube upload is going to be the Umineko episode 2 compilation. So, even if you haven't watched all of episode 2, you know, it gives you some of the fun bits. Hopefully entices you to watch the full VODs. And even if you have already seen the VODs, you know, it's a fun rewatch to maybe enjoy it again. Some of the highlights of episode 2. That'll be releasing probably like an hour or so. Or within probably shorter, probably like 30 minutes, honestly. I just need to like upload it, process it, make sure there's no copyright. But that should be fun, chat. I got like a billion different things I gotta work on to get over to the YouTube, as always. Hopefully I can start getting some of that out tonight. Because it's only 9 p.m. Hey, the night's early, but the work goes long. You are very welcome for this streaming chat. Let's find somebody to raid, I think. Let's find somebody to raid on our way out for the Twitch people. Let me see. It's always fun. I like to actually hang out a little bit after, like, in the whoever I raid to. But only if I got... Who the fuck do I raid? Oh, no. We don't have that many people I know. Gary, the hot soup guy, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Gary. Yo, shout out some hot soup, bro. How about we jump over to Crazy Madman? Y'all don't know this guy. I haven't raided this guy yet, but this is a cool guy that I know. He's like super chill, super good vibes, super good energy, chat. We're gonna jump over to there. Char, as always, I really appreciate the lurkers, the chatters, the subscribes, the donos, literally everything. It helps me keep dedicating time to enjoy these stories with y'all, which is like my favorite thing to do. And I'm looking forward to finish off episode 3 next week. Should be exciting. Otherwise, I'm gonna start banging out some more uploads, and I'll hopefully see y'all again very, very soon. Let's jump over to the raid, chat. Let's jump over to the raid. Boom, 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 boom. Chat, click the button. You can, listen, you didn't hear from me, but you can leave right afterwards. It's just like throwing some numbers at somebody to make their day. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Okay, chat. I'll be seeing y'all next time. And then YouTube chat, I appreciate y'all. YouTube chat, you're my favorite. Don't let Twitch chat know. Alright, bye-bye. Out of here. See you next time.
And then every time I ate them, but like
1 second, pink.